Well, hello everybody. How you guys doing? Our DM's getting prepped right now, so oh my god, I have realized, give me a moment, there seems to be a shift in the screen. Yep. There you go, Justin.
Oh.
Got it, done. The power of me, things are fixed.
Now they know it's not a real dungeon.
They knew that beforehand.
Illusion.
We posted photos of this on our Discord.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a Discord. You should hop in and check it out.
We have a real dungeon.
We have been playing.
There's too much blood.
We have been fighting for freedom and democracy.
Too much work to keep it clean.
And now we have mechs. And this is the Helldivers 2 to anyone who's wondering what the fuck I'm talking about.
Stage it is.
No one picked up on that guy.
Yeah,
See?
thank you.
So-
See? Well, I was just telling him that the real dungeon, we have it. But it's, a lot of blood. They won't stop crying because they're a bunch of fucking crybabies. Oh,
It's
take
so
me
true.
home.
Who are you? They don't get to go home.
No,
That's what we keep telling them. They just won't listen.
You gotta stay here all the time.
God
That's how this
damn
stuff
it.
works.
I thought you were looking for the dog for a half second.
No, I was making sure I'm not gonna
It
trip.
doesn't matter
over the
how
cord
reasonable
from
you
here.
try to be with your prisoners. You're never going home. Get used to it. Your next home is a hole in the ground. Blah, blah, blah. They just keep crying.
The Hobbit hole? Those are nice. Babies.
No.
No? I see.
All right. But yeah. Sorry, I'm like adjusting everything as we're talking, and I'm realizing things aren't like good. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Oh, am I out of focus? You should probably keep it that way. Sorry, Eddie.
What? No, I need a soft filter. I need that Barbra Streisand filter, otherwise it's just gonna be scary.
Mm.
That's how it works.
Who are we, Matt?
Who or what?
Who are we?
We are Legendary Action. We're several nerds. We're several nerds.
We're a bunch of fucks.
We're a bunch of fuck up losers. No. We're Legendary Action. We're some nerds who play D&D and stuff. And he's giving me the stop hand.
No. That's me testing. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was just saying the sound is good on kick. So.
Put your hand out.
This here's the
You're good now.
the Mists of Grimguard game created by our DM. What's your name? What's your DM? His name is DM.
DMJM.
Justin is his name?
Justin. My name is Justin.
Justin. That's
Sorry.
the one.
I should have prepared sooner, but I didn't.
Yeah. Should I keep
I haven't
going?
told you to stop.
God damn it. Why are you making me do the vamping here?
Because you've been here the longest.
We're doing the Mystic
I
Grimguard.
guess that's true.
You have literally been here the longest besides me. Keep talking.
I guess that's true. What? I said Mists of Grimguard. I said it was made by him.
Yep.
I gave him the credit and everything.
Cool.
A little bit on me.
I mean,
What's a little bit?
there's a lot of aping off of.
We
things,
are a little
but that's
far in the
okay.
campaign.
That's
Who's your
D&D,
character?
baby.
What's he doing? What's his life choices? What's his goals?
Oh, we're doing that.
I'm waiting for the cue from the other
We're
DM.
doing a reintroduction. That's actually not a bad idea. Let's do a
Hey,
reintro.
we should do a reintro of our characters. Give Justin a little bit of time to set up.
So everyone else can remember what the hell we look like, since we haven't described ourselves in a real long time.
It's been a while, actually.
It has been a while.
God, it has.
Yeah.
All right, so Mike, go first. You
Oh,
gave me
right.
you gave me MC duty. Then you're going first.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mike, or the Meta Mike in chat, as you may see. You may see me sometimes on every other Saturday, rotating schedule with our DM here, where I play as the DM there under my own campaign, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. In this campaign, I play Sir Gabriel Del Monte, a member of the Order of St. Dorian. I am a paladin knight that is traveling into the mists to find a solution to save Grimguard. He is a man of a troubled past who was convinced to find redemption in his order. He is forbidden from seeing his wife and child again while he attempts to find atonement in his deeds. Currently, he is with this merry band of misfits, the unfortunate elected leader of the group, it seems. Maybe because he was the warden of one of them for a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll let it slide.
He's about 6 feet tall. He has a little bit shorter neck length hair that's pulled back, a dirty blonde. He has a well-maintained goatee and beard that's been he maintains to make sure he's shaved and cleaned as much as he can. He's a long scar running across the side of his face with bright blue eyes. One of the big noticeable features is he's got really burnt hands that go from his fingertips all the way to about elbow length. From when during his youth he unfortunately got caught in a fire that he started as he tried to save some people that led to the death of an entire family. After turning himself in, he was given the offer of redemption, and he has been set on a path of such. Now he is currently in Ravenloft trying originally to find redemption of the devil. Unfortunately, with new visual aid by Strahd, there is no redemption. There is only vengeance. Matt?
You can't pass. I'm the MC. Paolo.
Well, I'm the guest, so you guys go.
We're going counterclockwise.
No, you go to the main group first, then the
No, we go by
next
age.
gets picked
How
up.
many episodes are you a guest for? 'Cause I don't think
Well, I
you
was
can
gonna
use
say,
that
yeah, I was
as
gonna
a-
He
How-
can in
You
this
shut
case.
the fuck up.
Today's the last episode of guesting.
Yeah, today's the last one for
Yeah,
guesting.
so yeah,
and
so
he's-
That's
totally
true.
guess. I'm totally
Turn
guess.
after this.
Fucking fine, I'll do it. I'm Matt McDonald. I'm playing the character of Dr. Marius Raddick, former lord and physician in the city of Grimguard, where we are originally from. He has a dark past. He was exiled from his estate for drugs and other. Yeah,
Drugs,
go
really?
ahead.
Other DM, you've been granted 2 DM crits.
Who's doing this crap already?
Who did that?
Who do you think? The
Well,
last person to
Alex?
kill us.
No?
The last person to have killed us.
It was.
The only person who have succeeded in killing a party.
TM Green? Texil?
Yeah.
Tech!
Oh, hey,
Oh.
Chase also said somebody check Twitch chat, left a nice gift for y'all.
Yeah, that's Texil.
That's
we're
yeah.
talking about right
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2 DM crits?
All right.
Yeah.
Some
I'm
bullshit.
gonna hold on to them. I'm gonna hold on to them.
Thanks, Chase.
Oh my god.
The party discovered eventually that Dr. Raddick still is a known serial killer from Grimguard, who was known as the Good Butcher because he killed some bad people, but he didn't do it kindly. He was arrested, ironically, for a murder he didn't commit after getting set up, and then was conscripted to go on the mission from Grimguard through the mists, and landed himself here in Barovia. I mean, it's his neck of the woods, really. He's been thriving since he got here.
Has he
He has been thriving.
Has he had any up and coming adventures, any things that have panned out well, any deals that really benefited him in the long run?
Like, say,
Well,
a lich
you
or
know-
something?
I'm glad you asked. Marius has had a fun ride and seems to be, in his mind, the only one focused on saving their home. Well, mostly because Ivan is from here, so this is his home. And you're too focused on helping other people that are right in front of you, and you're from a different place.
Land down there.
Marius wants to save Grimguard. So he's done some stuff that is in his head justified to achieve that goal, including making himself an ally to a lich after freeing him, and killing a few people that may have been innocent, but can't make an omelet and all that.
You also killed your old friend.
I did murder. He betrayed us. All right, he sided with Strahd, and the rest of us all clearly knew that was the wrong path. So don't pick the wrong side. Ivan,
Why me?
don't pick the wrong side.
Okay.
All right, go. It's your
All
turn.
right. So I'm Eddie Gay. My character's name is Brokenbeard. He is a dwarf that actually hails from a completely different realm called Delivria. Delifria? Yeah. And his area that he was from was from the Hammering Hills. His background is he was originally a soldier, had a wife, lost his wife in childbirth, and then kind of was a little bit lost and wandering, and ran into a wolf and had kind of a spiritual druidic event out in nature, and then came back. And his area in the Hammering Hills is also known for, they have temples, a lot of druid craft work, and of course blacksmithing and all that stuff too. And he escaped through a well portal, escaping the mists that were enveloping the Hammering Hills. At the last moment, he fled and barely made it out, and he kind of joined the party a little bit late. He's a dwarf, a little bit short of 5 feet, red hair, kind of shot with gray at the temples though, beard that is, the way he keeps it, it's pretty long but divided in two. So it's got a lot of red with gray dappling in that as well. Wears a cloak, has a nice staff with him, hat, kind of your typical dwarven druid with a lot of earth tones into his character. He's pretty jovial for a dwarf, not as suspicious as most of the other ones, just because with everything he's been through, his thought process is that he's going to get through the day, help those around him, and try to do what he can to help everybody survive. Now it's Ivan's turn.
Hi, I'm Paulo. I play Ivan Martov. Recently joined this party in terms of like both real life and also like in story mode. I'm probably like with them for like a day at this point.
It's been 3.
It's been 3 days?
3 eventful days.
The 3 eventful days.
We
Jesus.
packed those days.
I was a gladiator actually for Strahd, of all people, as a kind of a deal to protect my family. I would perform in his arena. In return, he would leave them unharmed. They actually found me and rescued me from a little prison camp. At first, a little apprehensive on both ways, but through combat and just vulnerability, we became decent members, decent friends, I should say. He's a hulking 6'5", like 240-pound, 18-year-old kid. Hazel eyes, long, kind of like a black comb-over hair. That's what I'm rocking now, kind of like that, something like that. Yeah. He's very, I don't know, like, he sees the world in a lot of gray. Everything is growing up, enjoying the sport of combat. He secretly enjoys it a little bit. There's an edge to it where he regrets that he has to do this, but he kind of enjoys it. This is what he gets to do. So combat is kind of his strong point. He finds some joy in displaying his abilities, and he's shown that to the group a couple times already.
Who is he protecting in exchange for fighting in the arena?
His mother and his sister, who
What are their names?
His sister's name's Katerina. His mom was Petra. Yeah. We flipped it around from before, but
I don't remember that.
right now I'm basically like the stray puppy of the group. They kind of just adopted me into their family. Big development for him. We just discovered that Strahd in revenge or just
We'll
to
get into
show
that
off
in a
his
minute.
flex. Yeah,
We'll get
kind of
into that.
tragedy. So
Bless you.
Yeesh.
Everybody heard that.
We're running a little late. Let's not run an intro. Let's just go, yeah? D&D?
D&D. Doctor.
Doctor.
I need to hear it.
Doctor. I'm gonna blow up another eardrum.
D&D.
Nee.
D&D. All right.
Bless you.
So. Wait a minute. Here it is. That's not it. I spoke too soon.
Something isn't right.
Something right. All right.
I like the music, but
Thanks.
what's the name of that big ass thing that they strike? That big drum? Is it just called a drum? That big one where they just like.
Like a war drum? I don't know what the actual term is for it.
There's a bunch. There's like a bass drum, and there's a tenpenny, and
What's your sister's name?
Katerina.
Thank you.
yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my sister. I just forget her name sometimes. As siblings do.
So, party recently had a fight with a troll.
And a tree.
A tree.
Yep.
We didn't fight the tree. We fought everything around the
Yeah.
fucking
I
tree.
mean, he also fought that tree.
I
He
fought the tree.
fought the tree. We fought everything else.
It's a goddamn
You
axe
guys have
to
been
it.
doing a lot of fighting.
During the fight with the troll, brutal fight, one of Strahd's highest ranking champions in his pit, somebody that you've never seen defeated. He challenged the group with the help of Grimnir, a wizard who was supposed to be on your side. He came to believe, one way or another, that Strahd was the answer to saving Grimguard, and he joined forces with him. During the fight with the troll, Grimnir managed to cast some sort of spell or activate some ability on the troll, causing him to mutate and grow uncontrollably into this dire creature that was almost the death of the party.
Yep.
At the end of the fight, thanks to a unbridled rage escaping from Ivan, the troll was fell, and the party survived. Grimnir, slipping away, escaped through some sort of lodestone, transported him back to the castle. What he didn't know is that Marius was right behind him. Marius followed him to the castle, stalked through the halls, found Esmeralda, and through a brief conversation, found out where some of the items they've been looking for this whole time were being kept. Esmeralda, after a turn of recent events, may have rightly chosen that the safest place for her was in that cell. And Marius snuck deeper into the dungeon, eventually finding his way to Grimnir's room. Grimnir still injured from the fight before. Marius engaged in combat with Grimnir, attempting to assassinate him. Grimnir being tougher than the everyday mage. All but killed Marius. And as Marius' vision was blackening out, seemingly the poison that he had injected with Grimnir had not worked, something, unbeknownst to Marius, saved him. A wisp formed from the lantern that Marius carries with him. A small, incandescent light flitted through the room, and a very subtle voice whispered out, "Not yet, not yet." Then Marius came to, Grimnir dead. From there you found the talisman. Well, no, you found the journal.
Mm-hmm.
You found the journal in Sergei's tomb, Strahd's brother. You took that. The talisman was recovered as well. And then your way out was secured. Meanwhile, the rest of the party, while traveling back to the Amber Temple, saw a storm brewing, not uncommon here in Barovia. But lightning was striking against a tree from far away, a large one, consistently, over and over and over again. The party decided to investigate, where they found, do you remember what it was called?
No.
You don't remember what the tree was
Whomping
called?
Willow.
Oh yeah, no, it was a Goliath tree.
A what?
Goliath tree, or
Gulthias.
Goliath tree. Yep.
A Gulthias tree. And what was the legend behind the Gulthias tree?
Basically, what it was is there's just a. It's almost like it was made by a necromancer, and it has. Let's see here. Let me see if I can read my notes. It's like dark. It's based off of dark arcane sorcery. Been living there for centuries, and it was kind of invented by an basically unchecked necromancy magic. It to keep it going, it takes basically sacrifices of blood from those that try to destroy it, and the seeds of it. Basically, there's a legend that the seeds of the cursed tree helped create a vampire lord. And basically was a. It's not natural. It's like it's an affront to all of nature, and all of nature tries to fight it, and it's very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing it as an affront, Bedrogue stepped forward and engaged in a challenge with the help of Ivan and Gabriel to fell the tree. As you struck repeatedly, over and over, the tree sent its guardians to stop you, but your guardians protected you.
Yep.
Eventually, the tree was destroyed. A small enclave of druids appearing from the wood's edge come to thank you and offer their help in the battle that you were mostly sure was coming.
Yep.
After that,
12 druids.
the party gained a short but extremely restful sleep, and you made your way back to the Ember Temple. That is where the party encountered something almost unthought of, which is funny to say, considering just how terrifying Strahd can be, just how evil he can be. But there, amassed in a line on pikes, were some of your friends. Gabriel, name a couple of them for me.
Father Lucian. Brother Ott. God, I can't pronounce her name, but the Silent Sister.
Sister Sandra.
Sister Sandra. One, I believe, that is the mother of our friend, Ivan. There's a fifth one that I can't remember right now. Oh, the fucking brother.
Ismark,
He's Mark.
Irina's brother.
Irina's brother.
He was an ally when you first came to Barovia.
He helped us quite a bit. He helped save our lives.
Irina herself.
Was Irina on a pike?
Yes, she was. Irina was on the pike.
That's way more concerning.
Well, we ain't talked about it, remember? Because she was one of our cards.
There was more. Petra, Ivan's mother, which you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There was
I can't remember anyone else. I was too shocked by the first three.
two other people who you hadn't seen in quite some time. Drasha, a dancer with the Vishtani people.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first people you all had met. She danced with a few of you that night. Tried to keep spirits lively. And then there was Borges, the brute. He was a man who, a companion of yours, Morgo, connected with. And then Morgo, your half-orc friend, the one who said she never had a family. She came with you, put all of herself into each and every fight to protect you. She was trusting, never once questioned any of your motives or feared that any of you would make a wrong decision. much like it's like a rescued pit bull, ready for the fight as long as it was on your side. She disappeared for a while and caught up in everything. It had only been about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. She had said she was off doing her own thing in Valaki. And then you guys started moving and moving. And by the time you'd realized, she just wasn't a part of the party anymore. But there, on a pike, her vibrant green skin, almost pallid, swampy color, her yellow hair, she used to wipe the blood of her enemies through it, to the point where the roots themselves looked like they were permanently reddened, now covered in this black ichor and likely the blood of her own wounds. The three of you see this. And then that note. The note, which basically read, I'm excited for our feast. I know there are distractions, things that keep you from wanting to be there. Hopefully I've helped in eliminating a few of them. We were playing a game, but then you cheated. Your invitations are at the gate. Simply state your name, and you will be allowed to enter. 4 days, my friends. Strahd Konzolovich. And that's where we start tonight's episode. Gabriel, at a complete loss for words, you stand there. Hand gently on Odd's hand, another one touching Father Lucian's. Odd was, well, odd, and it was hard to connect with him. But he served, and he had faith. And you watched that faith get rocked while Strahd was playing his games. Then, Lucian, a man who may very well have been a priest of the same god you revere. It's hard to say, the names were different, but the teachings were the same. The symbols were the same, at least where they counted. And now, here they are, objects for Strahd, but people to you. Ivan, your world is swimming. You can't see anything outside of your mother. Short, far too short to have been your mother, considering how tall you are. Her hands worn and calloused from a life of toil. And there was always this sort of proud but disapproving look on her face. She doesn't have that look anymore. The look on her face is fear, pain. She's not dignified in her death. Part of you knew one day you'd have to bury her. Barovia is not easy. It's not an easy place to live in. But you always pictured her quiet, dead in her sleep. Here, the pike juts out of the ground 9 feet. She's speared from it. The pike entered directly through her belly, near her hip, but all the way up under her rib cage, and then out of her throat, just to the side, so she could lean and look downward. That was an instant. You've fought in the arena long enough to know. Her last moments were her gasping for breath while staring forward on that pike.
I'm gonna break down that pike.
Just walk forward and just one
Yeah.
smash from the mace. Yeah, right under her feet, about a foot under her feet. You smash that pike and it starts to tip. You reach out and catch it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying a single word. I'm gonna catch her and I'm gonna walk maybe 10, 15 yards away from the group.
Into the woods a little bit?
Yeah. I'm just gonna bury her a little bit, just do my own time away from everything else. Just kind of flood. Let everything kind of flood in. And after I'm done, prepping with very rudimentary, crude burial, just kind of kneel down and just to myself, just whisper, I'm sorry. I failed you. All I ever wanted to do was protect you and Katerina. I should have stayed. I should have been there to protect you. Should have been me on that pike. I'm so sorry, Mom. But I promise you, you will pay for this. It takes every last dying breath in my body. I will not stop. So I rip his throat out and watch him choke on his own blood. I swear he will suffer. Strahd, if you're seeing me, if you can hear me, count your fucking days. 'Cause I'm coming for you. And I give one final gentle pat to just the mound there and just walk back to the group.
Did you remove the pike from her?
No.
Okay. You just kind of cut it down, okay. So, you don't really have the tools to bury her properly here. You can move some dirt around. To get her in sort of a low, she's got maybe 4 inches of dirt, 5 inches of dirt over her. You know you'll have to dig a better grave later. But as you finish what you said to Strahd, you allow your head to rest. Just the forehead touches the dirt, the mound. And you hold it there for a minute. Just breathing. The tears they're flowing, but you're not sobbing. There's something stopping you. Maybe anger. Then you hear what sounds like a whisper almost. Just the quietest breath. And you stop. You turn your head just a little bit, eyes still closed. Try to listen harder. And then you feel a hand gently against your arm. You stiffen up. You didn't hear anybody coming. And then you sit up and open your eyes just as you see your mother's hand come from the dirt. her head coming up out of it as well, trying to, and she starts clawing at you in this undeath-like gaze, just trying to pull at you with no strength, trying to pull you in to bite you. She's become a zombie.
Fuck. I'm gonna back away a little bit, just enough out of her arm's reach, just to.
Yeah, she can't move.
Okay, I'm gonna stumble backwards. I'm just gonna fall on pure dismay of what the hell's just going on. I'm so sorry this happened to you. You didn't deserve this. I can't. Part of me knows I should do something to you, put you at rest, but I can't. I'm just gonna sit there and just. I imagine she's not digging out. She's just kind of.
She can't move.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna sit there and just shock and.
Okay. So
I have a
Gabriel,
question.
Go ahead.
Do I see this?
No, I mean, if you wanted to go see it, it would take just a couple feet into the woods. But you don't.
I'm
see it from where
distracted.
you're at.
I'm distracted. I've
Well, you are distracted because
oh, you son of a bitch.
as that happens, the rest of them start to ride, move, and pull towards you.
Do I hear that?
Not yet. No. They can't move. They're stuck on pikes. They're undead, and they continually try to reach out and grasp at anyone close by.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Is this a curse?
This. Give me a religion check.
$19.
Undeath can happen naturally. Well, not naturally, but it can happen when a body isn't properly buried, when the proper religious rites aren't given. It can happen. But it takes time. And it wouldn't happen this exact. Every single one of them, including a priest of the Morning Lord, and more importantly, a cleric of the Shepherd, of the God of Dead. None of his so blessed can return in undead form. Which means this would have had to have been deliberate.
I'm gonna walk up, and as I do, I'm gonna clench my hand. I do apologize, Father Lucian. Our toils and machinations might have caused you death. But I know what must be done. And a price has been paid, and it was your life to do so. I am sorry. Maybe this new gift, this new power, I might do something. At least free your spirit from this. I'm gonna reach up, I'm gonna cast Remove Curse. To see what happens. Is he's this the pike is through him, yeah?
Yeah. So
I would have done that first.
the divine energy courses through you.
Mhm.
What is it? As it envelops Father Lucian, he goes limp, calm, as if the undeath has left him again. And about 5 seconds later,
Back
starts
up.
stirring again. The spell slot is not wasted.
Well, it seems that I must do this differently. I know you worship the Morning Lord, and our prayers were the same. In night we fight monsters, demons show. Our weakness brings what the dawn breaks. Hope envelops and a new day begins, and with it, so can we. May you find solace in your morning Lord, and if he is out there, may he help me in what is to come. But I offer you rest in the only way I know how. And I'm going to grab my sword, reach up, and pierce him right where his heart is.
Okay.
Before I do that, but as I'm piercing it, I will... I'm going to cast Magic Weapon on it and make it do Radiant.
Okay. I don't think you get to choose a damage type for magic.
No, I don't. It's just +1.
Yeah, you can do it with
Sorry,
your
Divine
bow.
Favor is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
There it was.
There we go.
I was like, I can do
Yeah.
this. I don't know how, but I can.
You can do this.
Divine
Yeah.
Favor.
So this golden radiance dances across your blade, and as you pierce the heart of the zombie that was Father Lucian, it stops moving. You move away.
I stand solace and wait to see if it arises. With tears, I move forward. I offer another prayer to Autumn. This one in memory of the shepherd, and saying that may your spirit be protected and taken from whatever it was beholden to it, so the shepherd may have one of his flock back. And I begin saying a prayer, and just every time I'm piercing the heart, saying a prayer, not missing a beat.
And you can tell Bidroke, it's funny because when he said a Morning Lord's prayer or the Guardian's prayer, it was smooth, practiced. The Shepherd's prayer was very much
First time in a long time.
the Shepherd's prayer was very much butchered. It was shaky, as if he was paying respect, but not learned respect. But he goes forward, and he eventually finishes off each and every one of them. The last one being Irina. That one weighing heavily on you because you know what that means. But then you remember, Ivan took his mother into the woods.
I move quickly.
Ivan, you still sitting on your ass, your back against a small tree, about 10 feet away from her, just in disbelief, not knowing what to do. You hear the jostling of chainmail behind you, and heavy footfalls that you've come to realize are Gabriel's. So he walks up, stands next to you.
I'm assuming she stole just...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I follow Gabriel over too, because I kind of stand back a little bit, watching.
Ivan, I'm sorry. Truly am. But you must release her from this.
I know.
Do you wish me to, or would you?
I can't do it.
Gabriel.
And I flip my sword as it glows with a radiant hum. And I, one more time, with no, I don't ask, I offer. Through the heart. And say goodbye. If not, I will do it for you. You have been through so much. But do you want to say goodbye on your own terms?
I'm gonna silently grab the sword.
Mhm.
Just drag it over to
Yeah, the sword itself is an interesting blade in your hands. The handle itself, a whitened leather that seems too clean considering how dirty all of you are, how much blood the sword must have spilled. The blade itself, maybe it is as heavy as a normal longsword, but the coloring of the blade, it's this sort of copper, reddish copper color. It just feels heavy. It feels heavy in your hands. And at first you romantically take that as because of what you're about to do, but then you just realize as you lift it, try to pull it out of the dirt a little bit, this is easily heavier than your mason shield. As if it was never meant to be wielded by you. And yet, you can wield it. So you approach your mother, just at the distance where she can reach out and grab at your ankle and your boot, and just kind of scrape across the metal armor there.
I gently just nudge her arm away. And I'm gonna stand over her. At this point, just tears just dropping on her. I hope you find peace. You deserve that more than I ever did. And I just...
Yeah, so you take the sword, kind of hold it up above her, and then just gently start to lower it and all of its weight onto her. There's no pressure. There's no pushback, as the blade just easily penetrates right into this undead flesh and into where her heart would be.
As that happens, I'm gonna look away.
Seeing that, I'll move forward. And the second the sword is fully planted, I'm just gonna turn him and envelop him in a hug.
I'm gonna cry into his shoulder. But like everything that I didn't do with my mom, all the sobbing, that just bursts.
It's there now.
Yeah.
Snot, tears, the wailing. Yeah, and it goes on. 5 minutes.
My grip tightens. No hesitation. At first, I'm just very stoic, but eventually, I whisper that don't tell yourself there is regrets. As a man who does not see his family and cannot, know that what time you did have is important. Remember every moment, the good moments, because those are the ones that she will wish you to remember. She will wish you to find the greatest parts of her, to bring yourself light. I am not good at this shepherding in death as my friend was, but I can offer that you will be sad, and emotions will be heavy, and you will find anger in those responsible. But do not let it consume you. Focus it. Sharpen it like a blade. Let it give you strength, but not weakness. But remember the joy she gave you as much as you can. Use it to temper the hatred, the anger, the sadness, the regret. I have much regret, but I have much joy in my friends and the family I remember. Use it as best as you can. It is not much advice, but it is what has helped me. And if there is ever a day that you feel that these emotions are too strong, I can help you.
Thank you.
It will be weird. I do have magic. Holy magic. I can remove the emotion if necessary. It sounds bizarre, but it is possible. Know that I am here for you. Pretty sure Bedroka is too. If you ever need anything, you but need ask.
I'm gonna push him at like arm's length, very gently. Just give a very slight nod, just and just walk away.
As he walks away, I'm going to unbuckle my pauldron, pull it off. I'm going to move her body slightly and just start using it to dig a hole. I'm going to methodically dig a hole, push her in, and cover it up, and I'm going to start digging more holes with that pauldron.
Gabriel.
Yes.
Allow me.
I stop.
And then we go over and we start taking down the bodies off the bikes. lay him down.
I help with that.
Yeah. We get them all together.
I make sure to pull the pikes out completely.
Okay. Grisly work.
Yeah, every time I hear it, I flinch.
Okay. And I help too. And there's tears kind of just streaming down my face a little bit.
After pulling out the first one, you see me kind of look away. You know for a fact I repressed a gag. I grab a cloth and kind of put it in my jaw and bite it, going forward. With focus, I continue, knowing that to stop, I cannot. The whole time, tears just are flowing.
Yeah.
So you eventually get all the bodies
Get
gathered
bodies together. And then,
Fight. For lack of a better term.
yep, they're laying on the ground.
Getting it from every angle, boss.
And then I stand there with my staff, hold my hand out a little bit, speak in Druidic just so softly. Elander, Ecthelia, Araden, and just say a brief little prayer over everybody, and then I cast Transmute Earth and let the bodies start to sink in and be enveloped by the ground. And then when I'm done, it's just a very subtle mound, and then just the remaining pikes are just standing up out of the ground.
Is there any like little flowers around? Like any kind of colorful flower, anything?
No.
I might be able to help with that, lad. Sorry, give me a moment.
So, as you had started digging with your pauldron before Bedrock came over, the pauldron itself, the leather is brittle and half broken. As the pauldron comes off, you see that the chain tunic that you wear is already starting to slip off. And it's at this point you realize you've suffered so much damage from the troll, from these branch wraiths that you fought, that the armor's useless.
I might tear it off and throw it to the side. At this point, I'm standing because I haven't even had time to put leathers underneath, so I'm just at the moment bare chested. You can see.
Yeah, he's got a torn tunic. That's
You
it.
see scars, marks. You're pretty sure you see some whip marks along my back. You see a few marks along my shoulders. My arms are heavily burned. Once the pauldron breaks in my hands, I growl almost in frustration, and just start without thought, start digging my hands and then pulling with no hesitation.
Okay. But yeah, Bedrock, you shape the earth. Open it up and watch as these bodies next to each other sink into it. All with this low kind of guttural chant. Just they sink down and then the dirt very serenely just starts to pull over them to the point where they are buried very deep.
Can you tell there were burials there? Like there.
Can they?
Just a little bit. Just very subtle. Extra lump that wasn't there before.
Enough that we would notice it because
Enough
we just saw
that
it.
we would
Okay.
notice it, but nobody else. And then I kind of kneel down to the ground just a little bit. And at the end of the chanting, the change pitches just a little bit as I sense a couple of seeds in the ground. And then I have just a couple of flowers bloom as I cast Druidcraft.
I'm gonna pick one of those, and I'm gonna walk over to my mom's grave. very gently lay it on there, and silently remind myself of, or motivate myself with all the violent images of what I'm going to do to Strahd.
I know originally I wished to redeem him, and I still had intentions to do so. But he has shown his true colors, and I mean what I say next. Strahd will die, whether it be by your hand, or mine, or anyone else's in our group. We will be the cause of his death. But do not become so focused on his destruction that you become blinded by the surroundings around you. Where we go into a lion's den, where we are the prey. We must be calm, and we must be smart. Can you handle that?
We'll see when the time comes. I will try my best.
If
That's the best I can give you right now.
I will accept it, that's all I need. I didn't ask it of you, friend, but I'm pretty sure you'll be the most calm, level-headed of us all. Even I might.
After seeing this, it's tough to keep a level head if this is what the monster is capable of. I see no humanity. I see no nature. Nothing that...
What direction do those wolves come from?
Castle Ravenloft.
How far?
A couple miles.
They're ways away.
Is there any other animals nearby?
None that you've seen, no.
Is there anything I sense nearby?
Couple ravens in a tree nearby.
Yeah. His little spies are probably watching right now anyway. But...
Then if so, please carry a message. You state that we cheated. If so, then at least we weren't the ones petty enough to attack those that didn't even play the game. If that is so, then you are a coward. I call you as such. Strahd von Zrovich. The coward. The one who runs from death. And I proclaim that loudly. Careful. I don't have the emotions to be careful right now.
So the raven, two of them, one of them immediately takes off into the sky, flies north. Not in the direction of Castle Ravenloft.
Oh. That's not what I...
Second raven hops around for a minute. Flights around the group once. And then a second time. And at that point you realize this isn't a raven. And it lands right at your feet. And then you see as it shakes and twists and grows and stands up. And you recognize this human. You recognize Erwin Martikov, the tavern keep of the Blue Water Inn in Valaki.
Somehow this is not the most shocking turn of events today.
Did you get my message?
I did.
Thank you.
But I'm not here for that. He looks over at Ivan. I'm sorry. I am so very sorry. She was a member of our community. There was nothing we could do. We took her. But perhaps when you're ready, you could come ask me about her last moments. Knowing that you couldn't be here means I watched every second for you.
Where's my sister?
She's at the castle.
hearing that, I'm gonna turn around and with every goddamn strength of energy that I have, I beat the shit out of the nearest tree with my mace.
You hit it so hard that for a second you think it is the cracking of thunder overhead. Boom! This massive dent in the tree. The bark itself splinters outward, almost like a claymore mine, just flying out. Some of these pieces smashing inside of your face. Gabriel, Erwin takes a step back, hands up, looks over at you. We've never been on his side.
You don't need to worry. That is a man who needs to release his anger on something. I can respect it. He will cause you no harm. I know it.
This is the first time Strahd has ever attacked Valaki outright.
It wasn't an attack.
Who else?
It was savagery, brutality, and nothing more than viciousness.
Tell me the attack. What? I imagine these are not the only casualties. These are the ones that we were meant to see.
His knights arrived first. 3 of them.
Blood Knights?
Yes.
Do you know their names?
No. But the brothers and sisters, the other ravens. We know there are only 3 left. Thanks to your group, actually. The first one was killed by your friend, Sorin. They came through the gate like it was nothing, tore it from its hinges. They pulled people out into the streets. Anyone who resisted too hard, they executed them. Anybody who didn't resist was made to watch as Strahd walked through the streets.
As he's saying that, I'm angrily pacing back and forth, just thinking of like, because this is my hometown, right? This is where it is. So as he's describing all this, I'm getting more and more like I'm basically digging into the dirt with how like forceful my steps are becoming.
So he looks up at you, or Erwin does. He's a pretty handsome man, especially by Barovian standards. He's got jet black, almost bluish hair. Falls down to about mid-cheek length on both sides. It's hard to tell. Either he's in his late 20s or early 40s, just depending on the angle you catch him in. Ivan, I can tell you enough, or I can tell you everything.
Go on.
Once Strahd had the entire town's attention. He started calling names. He points towards the mounds that you just, the subtle ones you just finished. Those names. Each and every one of them. Pulled them into the streets. Those that resisted, at least. The ones that didn't resist. The ones that came willingly. Rather odd. Father Lucian. They tried to make a stand. Then one of the knights burnt the church to the ground. I don't know who, but some were inside when they barred the doors. Including the residents of the orphanage that you were building. That is when your mother came out. Her name was not on the list. Your sister, Katerina, was. Not Petra. Your mother came out and she spit in Strahd's face in front of everyone. He said he would make an example of her.
At that, I raise my sword up and rest it on my shoulder, kind of like this. And as he's talking, I'm actually like digging the sword in my own arm or own shoulder blade, just to help me focus.
The storm is getting worse, and I have to get home and make sure my family is okay. I can tell you the story later, but more importantly, when you go to your feast, he reaches down into a pouch and he pulls out a small, interesting device. It looks like a block, like a wooden block with another wooden block set into it, like a dial. And he clicks it. It goes click, 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 click. He holds it out. When this is sounded, all of my brethren, man, woman, and child, will fall upon that castle. We are not strong warriors, but we can cause one hells of a destruction.
We're from Valaki. We're strong enough.
That is true. It ends tonight. It has to.
I walk forward. I take it. You will not be the only one we call upon, for if we must fight the devil, we must have every advantage.
My friend is on his way to the Vishnani as we speak. Some of them may want to help. Madam Ava would certainly want to speak to you. And then lastly, there is a place that in our travels we have not seen you go to. I would consider it. Strahd has enemies.
Side note, do we know that you told the druids to protect the Valaki? Was that part of our... Did we hear that conversation?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
You were out of range of their entire conversation.
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
I was just curious.
But they did tell me too that when the time comes, I can call them.
That's kind of why I was bringing it up, because it's time.
Yeah.
Where is this place where Strom has enemies?
Do you have a map?
Yes. And I...
Yeah.
Sorry, Bedrock, do you have the map with you?
I do have the map with me.
So he takes out a piece of charcoal and marks it for you.
How far is it?
3 hours out of the way if you're on your way to Barovia, or Castle Ravenloft.
That's not bad. We just leave early then.
This place would be extremely dangerous.
How dangerous are we talking?
I was going to ask that when you leave.
I don't know.
Well,
But we'll have to tell him.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. The wolves, they listen to Strahd, but he is not their king. The Wolf King is imprisoned in his lair. As long as the wolves do Strahd's bidding, the Wolf King lives. The Wolf King's son turns and looks over at Marius.
I'm not there.
He's not here.
Oh, you're not there.
So you turn back around. He's not
Yeah,
there.
he's- What is your friend? The one with the saber.
Your guess is as good as ours.
He went following somebody else we had an altercation with,
Oh,
and we're unsure of it right now.
the Prince of Wolves betrayed the king, joined Strahd. That prince dueled Marius.
Put that dog
Before
down.
you arrived. He's a werewolf. Like his father.
Lycanthrope.
Yes. And you, by your knowledge, you know that lycanthrope comes in two forms, curse and lineage.
Absolutely.
This family is lineage. They are natural. They were protectors of Barovia before Strahd arrived. The king is bestial now. Worse even than a ravenous wolf. But
But they still have
if you can free him and survive doing so,
a
you would march
hint
on
of humanity with them. Once that they're cursed, you have to worry about. There's nothing there but it.
Is he... That form that he's stuck in his bestial form? Or is it permanent? Just curious.
Nobody has seen. He's trapped.
He's probably trapped by anger, and
The Wolf King will help. Well,
if we can get through to him.
I should say the Wolf King will. If you stay out of his way, he will do more harm to Strahd than you.
Be a gentle guiding and nudging.
Or if he stands in our way, he dies.
Lastly, there are 2 more allies to consider. One is a spirit talker, a witch. I believe you've met her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, perhaps you as well. Yes, you have, Ezra. The woman with the cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was in Valaki.
Serena, right?
We sent her a message. Makes sense. We attempted to.
And then lastly, there is an army here in Barovia. He points to the mists all around. Brother Og discovered this, but I don't think he had the time to tell you. Souls are trapped here. Those who die do not get to go home to their families, their eternal resting place, to their gods. The mist keeps the souls trapped here as if some sort of dish to be served to some greater being, of one I know not of.
I turn to my mom's grave.
Yes, that means her soul is trapped here too, somewhere. In the mists. But that means the souls of every being Strahd has ever killed, ever hurt, are trapped here. And if you can find a way to harness that, they would march on Strahd as well.
It's kind of interesting.
Now, your feast.
Sorry, I have a spell I took, and it just fits what you just said to a fucking T.
That's cool. The feast. Did you know that once a month, a great host of knights, of warriors, of soldiers, rise from the well of the town of Barovia, and these ghostly figures march on the castle? They're trapped in some sort of curse. The entire army was buried underneath that city.
You said once a month.
Yes.
Any
Just
particular
happens
time of
to
the month?
be the day of the feast. I do believe Strahd warned you one time that if you could stop the Knights of Argynvost from marching, that he would give you a favor?
I believe so, yes. We have yet to claim it.
Don't we have 5 rings
What?
with Argon lost
Yes, we do.
in the wagon?
We do. We also have a sword of Argynvost that's a little decayed. The question is, what favor could we ask of him?
Oh, I don't think there's any favor you'd want from him at this point.
No.
But the point is, he did want you to deal with them. That was for a reason. Do you know how many knights were in Argynvost? 10. Maybe 15. How is that something worthy of fear or even annoyance of Strahd? No. The thing is, those knights, they don't march to Barovia. They don't march to Castle Ravenloft. They march to the bridge. And there at the bridge, they await the ghostly host that rises from the well. For it is said if they ever meet, they will lead the army to Ravenloft. It could just be a legend. As far as I know, you destroyed the ghosts of Argynvost.
We did destroy the battle.
Just something to think of. I'm going to leave.
Be safe.
I will.
Erwin, the other one that was here with you, did he get away safely?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I know, he is on his way to talk to some friends and gather the ravens. We begin our planning tonight. I know the feast isn't for 4 days, but when it is time, we will be there. We will wait for that signal.
We thank you for your assistance.
If, for whatever reason, you're too deep into the castle, that is taken from you, any light on the battlements. Ravens do like something shiny.
I believe I can take care of that. As I just touch the driftwood that's floating by me.
It's a nice gift.
I will make it as if daylight itself was shown.
We'll need that. And then with that, he turns, jogs off into the forest, jumps into a raven form, and flies away. Leaving you three sitting in the rain. It's about a 20-minute walk from the Amber Temple.
I'm gonna be determined. I'm heading down the path we were going down.
Okay.
Where's the Amber Temple?
Yeah, there's no need for us to talk anymore. At this point, I'm just motivated by the quicker we get there.
I stop in front of the graves, knowing that their souls are trapped by the mist. I don't know what can be done. That just means that your spirits are listening. It actually brings me more solace in this. I will find a way to free you. And I will let your spirits return to where they belong. Brother Odd, thank you for everything that you've done. For helping on my path. All of it, thank you. Brother Lucian, thank you for the blessing as one final act. And then on the way home, I may have found someone who might use that gift of yours we helped find. Hopefully Ivan is strong enough to wield it. But we will see. And sister, thank you for letting me hear your voice once more before your vow was completed. To the rest of you who went on this journey with us, thank you. Morgo, I hope that before this happened you found something of a resemblance of a family. I thank all of you. Since it seemed to work, may the Morning Lord, may the Shepherd, and may the Mother give you all a little bit of semblance of peace in this. I bow my head, and I turn, and my steed's already there, and I hop on and get my ride.
Okay. So, three of you trek silently up the side of the mountain. And the cold begins to set in. As you know, you're getting closer. You enter into the Amber Temple, and the first thing that you notice is a smell. Food. Maybe a stew. Heavy in spices. You see a fire. Burning lightly under a pot.
Gabriel.
Table
Smells like Marius is cooking.
laid out. Upon the table are several objects. A book. A sword hilt. An amulet. A lantern. And there's Marius sitting off to the side, He's clearly already noticed you, but he's acting as if he hasn't. His shirt is off. He's got a medical bag on the floor next to him, bloody bandage at his side.
We're both shirtless.
He's stitching up his arm. You're kind of shocked. This is the first time you've really seen him without clothing on. He wears sort of baggy or looser fitting clothing, but here, that sort of sickly, pale, skinny look you expected is actually a lithe, muscular, almost gymnast's body. The man is incredibly athletically built. Stitches a hole in his arm.
I pick up the pace. And I almost don't even stop riding as I get closer. And in a practice motion, I slide off the horse, and it turns to the right as I slide off, and I march right up to you. I grab your arm, yank you up. As I do, I use lay on hands to get rid of the wound, and I embrace you tightly.
I just kind of hold my hands out.
This is the part where you hug me back, damn it.
Why don't you have a shirt?
Why don't you?
I'm stitching my arm.
My armor fell off. A troll beat it off me. Now hug me.
Alright, I kind of...
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
Marius. How did you get here?
I walked.
Which direction? The way we came?
No.
How did you get here, really?
I really did walk.
From... whatever. I have news. Father Odd. Lucian. All of... Brother Odd. Father Lucian.
Irina.
Ismark.
Rasha.
Trasha. Morgo.
Petra,
and
Sister
Petra.
Sandra.
And Sister Sandra. They're all dead. They were left on pikes on our way here. We have been... and this time I have not let you go. As I'm speaking, my grip is getting a little tight.
I'm still stabbed on the side.
And I just heal you as I keep squeezing. Making this really warm, holy hug.
Is that what they call it these days?
They do.
How many points? Because I am actually injured.
30.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll take some of that thought.
And he's invited us to that feast more formally. I let go, hearing the wagon coming from behind me.
My ribs were broken. Oh.
When we march for Strahd, we do so for war.
Yes, obviously.
We have a few allies we need to get and some final things to do.
That's fantastic. Now let me go.
I already did.
All right.
I wish to talk to you this evening. Just you.
You two have arrived, I assume.
They're coming up. It's the last thing I say before they actually get here.
Yeah, so you're all sitting in the antechamber of the temple at this point, and there is the statue of the hooded one, the secret keeper, completely intact, and this whole room has been turned into a sort of base camp.
Well,
I walk over to Marius.
what is all of this? As I point out to everything.
As you do, you see the wax stamp of Castle Ravenloft on the book. You look over and you see the holy symbol, and then you see the most ornate golden blade hilt you've ever seen in your life.
I can't help but reach out and touch it.
Oh yeah. The familiar form of radiant energy dances like static electricity off of the blade and up your arm,
Careful.
giving it a
Gets hot.
glow.
I try to push my radiant energy into it. Nothing?
You know, it feels like the energy melds with it, no problem, but nothing happens.
I'm assuming this is the blade?
No, that's a hilt. Let me show you. I was inspecting it before you got
I
here.
toss it over.
I catch it, just kind of swing it around, and boom, ignite. Sunlight fills the room.
Yeah. An entire blade appears, not like a writhing mass of energy, but an actual steel, golden blade appears, and then the light just sort of flexes off of it. The entire room seems to, when you're looking past it, seems to have this mirage effect that also causes the room to warp in and out. Takes a second to acclimate to it, but you can feel a mass amount of power coming from the blade when it does that.
Then I throw it back to you, and it will go out.
Yeah, as it leaves his hand, it just turns into a hit. Flips over into your hand.
How'd you do that?
He's attuned to it right now.
You just concentrate your will like other magic items. Doesn't seem to be picky about its wielder.
I throw it right back.
I don't ignite it, though. Just a hilt to me.
No, but it will fucking hurt vampires, I assume.
It would. But its form isn't right for me. I work better in the shadows.
True.
But you have a score to settle.
I might have something else for him.
Well, I set it back on the table then.
I want to see if he's worthy enough to touch it.
Touch what?
The mace.
Oh. I'd almost forgotten we...
How do you deal with your guilt? It's an odd question. Don't answer it. Think about it. It'll come up later. Do you trust me?
I do.
Good. I'm going to have you touch something later. It's a mace. It's going to put you to a test. But it is very strong, and it warded off.
You know what he's talking about. You lived in Falaki.
Oh, yeah, this motherfucker has. I forgot. Well, does he know it's a mace, or does he know it's a leg bone? Remember? Because we're...
The bones of St. Andrel, it is a mace made from the femur bone of the saint.
Mm-hmm.
As well as his skull.
St. Andrew, right?
Yeah.
I wish to see if you can wield the mace of St. Andrew.
You have that?
I know where it is. We helped Father Lucian retrieve it. So I met him.
Sounds like Father Lucian.
I agree. I think it fits your fighting style anyway. In worst case, you'll wield that. The more weapons we have, the better.
Absolutely.
Where's the mace?
Well, when we get to Velaki, I'll show you. I'm paranoid.
No one's listening to us here.
It's under the church, in the tomb. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the tomb itself is sanctified. So, Strahd couldn't enter.
Perfect place to put it.
I grabbed
I'd have to do a little digging to get to it.
I've
though.
seen this. Do I know what the snack was?
You've never seen it.
Oh, I haven't.
It's clearly a holy symbol of some sort, though.
What is this?
Can,
I was like, what's this?
can I do a religion check on it?
Sure.
God
Nice.
damn, that's
Well, since you asked,
Since I asked.
and I am in the place that reveals secrets, I probably would know a whole lot about it. That is the holy symbol of Ravenkind.
Which is an interesting name for it, considering that what it looks like is a silver disc with sun rays coming off of it, as if it's like a silver sun, and in the center is a ruby.
This one is picky about who can wield it. I'm afraid it's your burden to bear. You won't be disappointed.
You want to know what it does, you'll have to attune to it.
I put it on
Okay.
and realize I'm now wearing 3 necklaces.
It's heavy. It's platinum.
Oh god, I'm upset. Now it rests beside a symbol of the Morning Lord, symbol of the Mother, and now the sun.
You could put them all on one chain if you like.
Each weight symbolizes something different. Knowing the weight of each necklace reminds me of certain duties.
Study it. It'll reveal itself in this place.
The hell does that mean?
You'll understand. The Amber Temple is a temple devoted to secrecy. Secrets will be revealed if you ask the right questions. So,
Who do I ask these questions to?
You might mean yourself.
I'm done asking. I'm done. I don't... The truth is I have some questions I would like answered, and I'm curious if they can be answered while I'm here.
it's still a place of secrets, though, isn't it?
That's what you said. If I ask the right question, secrets can be revealed.
I was being cheeky a bit. I meant the capabilities of that amulet will be revealed to you.
Okay.
I wander over to Marius, kind of look him up and down, and go, Marius,
Mm.
I owe you this. And I hit the staff right against his shin.
Oh, yes. We
I-
did say that...
That was for running off.
Listen, you don't have to like what I did, but I brought you these things.
You said you wouldn't do it without letting us know. You didn't let us know. That's why you got hit.
I'm keeping a good amount of distance because I promised him I'd beat him the next time he did that. So
Still
knowing
dealing with some stuff right now.
Yeah.
You might fulfill that fucking promise. Hey, do you know what? I can heal you if it gets too rough.
As you sit here catching up,
This is some nice trinkets, Marius, thank you.
there is a slight victorious overtone. You have 3 of the 5 things you needed to defeat Strahd. You have his journal. You have the sword, the weapon against the devil. You have a symbol of hope.
We know where to kill him,
You know where to kill him. The dungeon.
and we know where he lies.
We're missing a piece.
So I pick up the journal.
A bit aggressive.
I had marked a page, and I open to that page and hand it to the Drook.
I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like a wrath of a just God. But the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and my strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of its God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in Castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valleys, one spirit shone above the others, a rare beauty who was called perfection, joy, and treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed, and the date was set. With words, she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me. And so I came to hate death, my death. The thing's still going.
Yeah.
It's persistent, isn't it?
My hate is very strong.
Wonder if it's the mall.
I would not be called death so soon.
Not a car.
Yeah, mine sounds nothing like that.
Like we're all checking this
I
dramatic
made a
reading.
pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood.
Oh.
I found Tatiana weeping in the gardens east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and the great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me into my soul, but I did not die. I did not live. I became undead forever. I've studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me. It sounds like he tries to chase her ghost, but she goes into the mists.
Or he chases her blood. Her bloodline.
Possibly.
Maybe that is why she is so special. She comes from her blood.
Yes. He's rather pathetic, isn't he?
It's rather.
I did loudly proclaim him a coward who runs from death.
There's ego all over that too, and madness.
Nothing
He
we do
wanted
not
he wanted the love of another so much he would kill his own brother.
It's a nice rhyme.
Didn't mean to do that.
But not only did he kill his own brother, but he used his brother's blood.
He made a pact
Turn in
with death.
what he would be.
Who did he make this pact with? Who is death? He made this pact with someone or something. Can that pact be broken?
Everything dies. With enough time. But we know where he sleeps. We have the tools to kill him.
We do. We are missing a piece. We are missing a card. If I were to
Yes.
guess, the Vistani will meet us in Voloki. They are being told that we are on the move soon. They will be at Voloki. A few other things will be as well.
Well, do we walk into his invitation?
Absolutely.
And I pull out the key to this little webway.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we use this, stride into his chambers, and kill him while he sleeps? This is what his servants use to travel quickly across Barovia. You've seen the cairns, the standing stones
It turns
dotted
on,
around?
it turns on the network.
Many of them are connected. Way into the castle, into the dungeons below.
Where is the central point of the nexus?
In the dungeons beneath Ravenloft.
Does it go deeper?
I assume it does, yes. My time there was brief, and our good friend the wizard will not be joining us ever again.
So you ended up hunting him down and killing him then?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Can we kill him now?
Interesting.
Are we capable of that?
I don't think we have enough firepower yet.
I don't think we have a choice. We also have a genie lamp to use,
Yeah, we do have that.
and we need wealth to spend,
Do we need wealth?
or items of trade value.
You seem to have plenty of those.
Do we? I don't know about you, but I'm standing here with pants on, and it's all I own to my name.
Yeah,
I'm
if
sure
you're,
some of these trinkets could be used.
I may have gotten lost a few, I don't know, hundreds of years.
your arm did kind of fall apart.
Getting hit by a troll that mutated into a tree will do that to you.
Yeah, it was kind of an ugly tree, and they hit hard anyway.
I couldn't remember.
I got knocked out too.
Whatever we do, we need to rest for tonight.
I mean, I only have those choices, it's fine.
There's a lot of choices.
No, it's not attunement.
Okay.
Well, you said it wasn't because it's a lesser.
Lesser. Yep, that's correct.
You know, I read through more of this journal. It's more of this self-pitying bullshit. Oh, poor me. I was getting old, and I killed lots of people. Join the club. It's pathetic. All that bravado. Look at me. I can fly, and I drink blood. Aren't I so very special? Killed himself for a woman.
Enough. I think it's time we rest. I am tired. As I know all of you are. I wish to attune, and we will wake and ride to Valoki. Then we must maybe see if anyone in the town is willing to part with anything they do not need, as we go to die, or kill Strahd. I feel like some in that town might be willing. I bet we can talk our dwarf friend into giving up some things.
What did you do with our companions you found on the pikes?
They have been buried, and they were zombified. They were cursed. I placed a holy sword in each of their hearts. They should rest.
And I made sure I buried them deep.
That's good. Your mother was there, yes?
She was.
This is the point where you say you're sorry.
Didn't know her well, but I can't do anything to really help with this, except to tell you that hearing him scream, watching him bleed, don't listen to the night. It does make you feel better.
I'm counting on it.
It's
Am
not
I the only one who doesn't give into temptation around this place?
It's not a lost cause yet, Gabriel.
It'll make you feel good in the moment, but it will leave a nasty aftertaste.
I've never been one for vengeance.
I gotta tell you, I've never felt better.
I may have to agree with him on this one.
Yeah, but here's the other thing too, lad. Something's different about Marius. I'm not sure what.
I'm sorry, did
But
any of you lose your mother?
Yes.
I lost my wife years ago, lad. I understand your pain and your anger and your frustration.
Oh, you're beginning to understand very little of me.
Yeah.
I'll let
It
you
takes
know
time.
now. I get it. respectfully for you, I understand. You're on a different path. I'm purely motivated by watching his head be severed from his body.
I understand that.
Let me rephrase this. We are going to fight something that is like that of the gods. I will not have you endanger that with stupid decisions.
Oh, we need to rest, clearly.
If you cannot handle your emotions,
Been a trying day.
maybe you're not ready. And I'll stand up and begin walking away.
All things take time.
You should take up that sword. Keep it with you. Study it.
I
Wow.
grabbed it when I walked away.
Yeah, he took it with him.
Said what I said.
Fair enough.
Understand you?
I look at him a little bit, and then glance at Gabriel walking away, just pensive. And I just grunt, and just walk to my own little corner.
So, the four of you eventually start to bed down. Surprisingly enough, Ivan, you find yourself drifting off into sleep, even in the pain you're in, fairly soundly. Pedro, you too. Gabriel, it takes you a minute. Spend time attuning. Make sure that you add the Sunblade and the symbol of Ravenkind. And then you eventually fall asleep too. Marius, you drift in and out of a light sleep. Spend more time awake than asleep, like usual. At one point, sort of this eerie quiet settles in. And you're looking at everyone sleeping, and you see just this light breeze rustle through Ivan's hair. And he pulls his blanket tight and kind of shivers for just a second.
Throw the blankets off of myself. Stand up. Throw on my coat. And I'm gonna walk over to Ivan. Place my hand on his shoulder. Come with me.
We're going.
Shh. Follow.
I get up. Kind of the half days, but
So, yeah, you get up. None of your armor on or anything at this point because you can't sleep in plate mail comfortably. But it's natural for you to reach over and grab your mace. Hook that to your belt. Follow Marius. He leads you deeper into the temple. Through a section that you didn't even know was here. You continue further in. You see these sarcophagi. At this point, most of them empty, but recently empty. Several chambers just like this. Go deeper and deeper into the bowels of this temple. The cold, although it was getting painful, eventually subsides. And the room that you walk into feels very comfortable. It's to be a study of some sort. A library, maybe 300-400 books at least, adorns the northern wall. Some sort of chemist station on the eastern. As you walk in with Marius, there are two other people there. One, a man in beautifully adorned purple and golden robes. He has short, like buzzed hair, recently shorn. No facial hair. He seems young. His eyes, this sort of pale gray irises. He sees you and he smiles at you with this sort of knowing warmth.
my hand's gonna hover around my mace, just
Yeah, and I'm gonna drop the normal human Marius disguise when I
Oh.
walk in.
Okay. Do you want to describe what you actually look like then?
If you're paying attention, you'll see an eye open up on the palm of one of my hands, and the eyes will become empty and black, except for deep down these amber-colored motes of light inside. Like my eyes have been plucked out and replaced by something deep inside.
Small embers.
I'm gonna put that back in my mind for now. I'm just focused on the people that I don't know.
So this robed man, he smiles and kind of gestures, and then he points over at the second figure, which he commanded your attention when you walked in at first, but when he points over to the second figure, 5'2", early 60s, graying hair, your mother. She sees you and she smiles. My boy. She runs over, and at first you're kind of alarmed, confused, but she reaches out and hugs you, and it's an actual hug from a warm body.
I'm gonna have my arms like at the side. So I'm just in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I turn to him.
Everything is
What trigger
right.
this?
The smell, the way she hugs you, the way she talks. It would be hard for you not to believe this was her.
Hug your mother, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna very slowly. I mean, like my hand's still kind of on my mace, just like this is gonna be an illusion. I'm gonna leave my left hand down, and I'm going to very like gently hug her, as like maybe like that's like that would give me indication that's really her. And when I like grab her and she doesn't move, I just collapse and just.
Yeah. And she gives you a hug. Eventually she, after what feels like an eternity with Marius and this figure just standing there, she takes a step back and runs her hand down the side of your cheek. I am so sorry what you had to do.
It's possible.
She kind of looks at you confusedly and looks over at the robed figure. The soul's here. They can't leave. I am a necromancer. I searched through the void and found her soul. Brought it here. It's temporary. But it is her. She looks over at you. I can't stay. But he's giving us a chance to say goodbye. I know you're in pain, and I know you have work to do.
I'm like holding back the whole gush of tears, like.
She kind of wipes some invisible smudge off of your nose and forehead. You need to go save your sister. She's not dead yet. There's a chance. You need to do whatever you have to do to save her. She's the best of us, and we always know it.
I will.
But I'm afraid. It's different here on the other side of the veil. I can see things that I couldn't see before, hear things, whispers. There are beings here, spirits that hunger for new arrivals. They whisper the name of those who are about to die. 3 of them, 3 hags, crones. They're whispering your name, I think. Don't die before you save them, please.
And there's gonna be like a silent, like stream of tears. And I won't. I swear.
You're a good boy. Stupid, but good. She gives you another big hug, and as she's hugging you, you feel on your lower hand, it's kind of wet. You look up and you can see there's blood on your hand. And she starts to sort of shiver and convulse just a little bit, and then she stops. She says, I'm okay. And then the figure, it's temporary, and the longer she stays here, the more she will start to relive her death. don't want to put her through that torture, and I know you don't either.
Send her back.
I'm going to do you one better. She's going to escape the myths and go to her god.
Why would you do that?
Because it is the right thing to do, Ivan. Say goodbye to her, please. He starts tracing some sigils in the air, getting ready to cast a spell. You see these icy blue lights form a triangle and then a hexagonal shape. He starts scrawling some sort of script.
I try to mutter like anything out, but I just the only thing that kind of spit out is just the half-hearted, like half broken-hearted, like I love you so much.
She laughs and smiles. I know.
I'll see you soon.
I don't like that. And then the spell finishes. She says, I love you, Ivan. And you watch as she sort of just starts to fade into this small glowing wisp. And it pulls at first towards Marius's lantern, as if that's a natural home.
Kind of just hiss.
And then it shoots out and flies out of the temple. A small bit of it, a tiny sliver of it left behind. And you watch Marius
And in my hand, I'm holding a like a cross stitch needle. Take this. Keep it close.
The mage whispers. It's like a lock of hair. Not enough of her to be her, but still part of her soul.
Thank you.
Of course.
Both of you.
It's the least we can do. I had him bring you here. Sense your pain, your anger. What I did for your mother, for Petra. Kind woman. She did not deserve the pain she was given. Nothing is owed to me. And I want you to know that before I make my offer to you. What happened cannot be reversed. And whether you say yes or no, there will be no ill will. Do you understand me?
I do.
Your friend, the knight. He mentioned the bones of Saint Andrew. This could be used. He's right. But you do have regrets. You do have pain. Could you master the mace? I believe you could. Could you use it to defeat Strahd? Very likely. But I could give you something more sure. I could give you some of my power. But I wouldn't offer you something like that without answering their questions first. Please. He points over and you watch as a chair slides gently across the floor over behind you, and then he sits down in his. Whatever you need to know. Marius? Tea, perhaps.
At your service.
At that comment, I just stare at him.
Pretty deeply out of character.
Who are you? Truly.
Interesting question. He asked me who I was. I'm Exevander, but who am I truly? I don't know if you'll recognize the name, but I will say it nonetheless. I am a simulacrum, a copy, a clone of one more powerful than I. I do not take his name, he wouldn't allow it. But the copy I am of a being known as Vecna, the Ruiner. I'm a servant of his, or I was, until he locked me away here. And I realized I could seek the same power he found. I became a threat, I think. Vecna is the only being, through arcane knowledge, to have sought and found a way to become divine. Most people don't worship him by that name, though. Most of them worship him as the laughing god. Side of him, not anchored in sanity. But here I am, a lich, undead. This form simply more pleasing to you.
You said you offered something more sure.
Yes. I do. Something very sure. See, it was I, with the help of Babali Saga, that made Strahd into what he is. It was not death he made a deal with, but me. It was an attempt to wage war on the laughing god, and I failed. A portion of my power was given to Strahd. And, well, to be frank, if I am to continue to wage war on the laughing god, I need that power back. Which means Strahd has to die.
What would you do with this power?
Free Barovia? From the mists?
Strahd is?
No. Strahd seeks to command Barovia. He thinks that freedom is through order and subservience. I have no interest in ruling anywhere. I just want to kill the man who imprisoned me before he kills the universe.
And does he know all this?
I think he's learning it now for the first time, but Marius is bright. He suspected some of it.
What exactly is your offer?
Well, you're already going to kill Strahd, so I don't need that. You'll do it with or without my help, I'm sure. So my offer is the remaining power that I have. Take it. I give it to you freely, to keep as long as you can, as long as you kill Strahd. There is a catch. You're not meant to harness that power. And if you're not careful, it could eat you alive. But not till after you've defeated Strahd. That, as long as you kill him within 5 days, you'll be fine.
I don't plan on him making it past 4.
Then it seems like this would work out great for you, Ivan.
What happens to me when I die? Assuming this power takes control of me? Am I going to fly into that little lamp of his?
No. The power I'd give you would eradicate your soul. And I know that sounds terrible, no afterlife with your family. But no one, not Strahd, not myself, not the laughing god, would be able to feed your soul. And make no mistake, Vecna plans to consume every soul ever created.
I'm gonna look over at that lamp again. Just thinking of my mom. And also thinking of my sister. That lamp you have.
Mm-hmm.
Can you communicate with any spirit in it?
Yes.
Is my mom in there?
No,
You watched her go.
I'm sorry. She's in the afterlife now.
I'm
With
gonna-
the Raven Queen.
I'm gonna turn over that needle that you guys gave me. Just kind of pensively.
Small sliver. Like you said. A lock of hair. Something to remember her, but not enough to take anything away. If you are so inclined, you could release her by breaking the needle, have one last talk. But it would be one question, one statement from each of you. And then that sliver will rejoin the rest of her.
Without thinking, I break it.
Okay. Yeah, you blink, and there she is, standing in front of you, looking very confused. Ivan, what are you doing? I just left.
Forgive me for what I have to do.
That's one from each.
She starts to kind of fade. She goes, "There will never be anything to forgive." It vanishes.
I accept.
All right. Please step forward.
I go over to where we entered and I just kind of pull two big stone doors closed. We wouldn't want anyone to hear.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm not going to lie, because the fact is I never do. Puts his hand on your forehead. It's really going to hurt. And just absolute silence. No sound at all. You can hear Marius breathing a little. Something dripping from the chemistry set nearby. You can see Exithanter's lips moving rapidly, as if he's saying something but nothing's coming out. Then your heart starts to beat really fast. It's going to beat out of your chest like a panic attack, anxiety just sinking in. And then your vision starts to swim. You start to feel dizzy, nauseated. And then it stops for a second. Exopanther takes his hand away from you. One last time. This will kind of be irreversible. Cannot guarantee your life past 6 days. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I cannot guarantee it. I would not feel right with you going into the afterlife not knowing it was coming.
I'm gonna turn back to Marius.
They're taking advantage of the young boy.
That's true.
Hey, the young boy know what the young boy be doing.
Don't think so. Not this one. But that's okay. It's with
On the
character.
high chance I die.
Yes.
And you live. Tell my sister I did this for her.
I will.
Turn back to you. I just nod.
He smiles. You're brave. In Savor. In Trekloin. In Savor. In Trekloin. Continues to repeat this over and over again. As he does, your vision starts to pale. You can feel your heart faster, faster, faster.
Just beating, yeah.
And then it stops. You reach, he's got his hand on your forehead, you reach and put your hand to your chest. There is no beat. He says, you are becoming death itself. You will command the shadows. You will become the shadows. You will be a harbinger of vengeance. And he continues to chant. Your vision swims back, you can see again, but everything is in black and white. Except Marius' heart. You can see it through his chest, red and beating. Calm. Slow. You glance over at Exopanther's chest. No heart, no heartbeat.
So you are human.
Continues to chant. He starts saying these words of power, and you're realizing you're not in control of your body. Both of your arms shoot out wide. You can feel your muscles straining, almost as if your shoulders are going to pop out of socket. You look down, you can see the veins growing and changing along your hand. Shadows forming in the palms. As you start moving your hand around a little bit, you can see you're tracing, instead of rays of light, it's like shadow stuff, just dark energy. You can feel the power in your fingertips as they start to buzz. And then your head jerks back and you look straight up and you can feel it. It feels like it's going to snap. And this pain starts welling up in you. And you do everything you can to keep it from escaping, but you can't. As you just roar out in this pure pain.
Knock that one out. Let that.
Bedrock, you and Gabriel wake to the sound of Ivan screaming in pain.
Marius, I've been there.
You lift up off of the ground at this point. The chanting's still happening. I'm tracing sigils in the air now. Each signal.
You were woken up
You
by
and I
his
can
screams.
hear what's going on. Ivan's
You just
screaming.
woke to the sound of Ivan screaming in the most unimaginable.
I'm gonna go find it.
Yeah,
Sure.
me too.
I'm gonna go find it
Yeah.
with fucking.
It's definitely thaumaturgical, just like
We just
It's the whole temple is.
Oh,
echoing
dear
with the scream.
God.
Gabriel and I look at each other. It's like, and we both just run up and start.
Can we locate? Like, can we locate where the screen's coming from?
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's the shadows.
All right. Without thinking, I'm gonna cast locate object.
Okay. What's the casting time on the spell?
If I'm not mistaken, it should be instantaneous. Casting time 1 action, so 6 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sense the direction of the object's location as long as the object's within 1,000 feet.
What object?
His mace.
Sure. Takes a second to glance over, see his mace is gone.
As I do, my eyes are glowing gold, and I'm moving.
And I'm running right behind him.
So you follow through a open secret door and a series of antechambers, each chamber with opened sarcophagi.
Mhm.
You go through, you eventually get to 2 massive stone doors. Huge ones. Closed, and you start to pound on them. Boom. Boom. Marius, you hear this.
I'll just go and put my hand on our side of the door and just look over at Exothanter.
If it's not giving, I'm gonna draw the sunblade.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Actually-
ignite it. I'm still igniting it. Whether you're, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
I ignite it and.
They
Do
are,
that.
they are made of stone. But it's
And
worked
then
stone, so I think
they're
it
made
gets
of
around
stone.
those fancy
Oh
rules.
no!
So I'm gonna.
I think it only works on natural stone.
So yeah, everything I have works on natural stone, and
What are you doing, stone shape?
crap! I just got all these new spells.
New spells are and don't worry, man. I completely know the feeling of new spells.
Actually,
New spells. Who this?
where is it? I was reading it.
I like the description though, by the way.
I had to piss for so long, and I refused to go. Great descriptions.
Funny. So, well,
Okay, yeah.
Bedrokus,
I did transmute rock. I turned a section of the door, if I can, into mud that's just sloughs off and opens the doorway for
DM
us.
is DMing, giving him a moment.
Yeah, if it works. If it's natural stone. Yeah, non-magical rock of any sort in the area becomes equal volume of thick flowing mud.
Should work.
yeah.
Oh shit.
So-
awkward, fellas.
Yeah, the stone in front of you starts to soften, Marius, as your hand pushes in. You pull it back real quick, and you see it's just turning to mud. You can see it starting to slough, and through it you can see Gabriel and Bedroke. Exithanter,
I'm still floating midair, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he's still
Exithanter
floating.
looks over at you and
Look at the
says,
cheeks, boys, taking all his glory.
"Do not hurt them, but stop them." You hear some figure say that as well.
Do I see them floating?
You see him floating with this dark energy around him. He's slowly stopped screaming. He's not breathing, but he's conscious.
Counterspell.
Oh, yeah. If he's taking the time to do that, then I'm going in with a sleep.
So, Exithanter holding him up, you throw out a counterspell. Roll a 20 plus your
D4.
charisma plus your D4.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. Plus your proficiency.
Yep.
Plus the talisman, I'm just kidding.
That'd be. Hey, do you want
Hold
to?
on. Exithanter is rolling a check as well. You could talisman him or
No, I'll talisman
Exithanter.
you. I'm not even fucking around. That's,
You're using the
Yeah,
talisman?
if he succeeds,
Okay.
I'm natural talisman.
5.
I got a 34.
20. You said plus my charisma?
Plus your charisma bonus, yeah.
Bonus. Okay, I had to ask. It's a 22.
Okay. Yeah, so the magic that leaps from your hand is powerful, but he just kind of and just like slices through the air, and you can see the ripple just destroy your magic. Counter spell.
Oh shit.
You're
Boom.
shirtless still, so
Yeah.
I just kind of grab your wrist and go to have a little rest.
Aren't you immune to poisons?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I grab
on the head.
Marius's wrist and go, What are you guys doing?
Usually works.
I said it'd be awkward.
Didn't take
You're
long.
conscious. You can see everything going on right now, so you can speak if you need to.
What is going on?
I'm gonna let this one play. Alright. I wanna see.
What is this?
I'll just step back from them and put myself in the doorway. We're going to win, obviously.
But at what cost?
So
Any.
he continues the chant. You start to lower to the ground. As you do, you see this mage turn and look at you. I'm sorry. You've had no chance to be with your family. And you're a good man. You'd have been an amazing father. And then he starts to disintegrate in
I
front of you.
throw the sunblade and make a ranged attack at him.
The sunblade leads your hand, it becomes a hilt again.
That's fine.
Take the hilt.
Hey, magic
So
happens.
it
My
crashes
goal is
through
to
him.
fucking.
It crashes through him. He literally disintegrates.
So you threw that through me
No.
to him?
Yeah, he threw this way.
Turn
Right,
into a
but I'm in
pile of
between them.
snow.
No.
No, you're like
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
he's
the
in
side
front of
the
us
wall
right
with
now.
this,
yeah,
funny,
Marius
okay.
is in front of us.
But he stepped aside. He stepped
Yeah.
I just-
but it flies
just-
through him, clatters on the ground, and slides.
Yeah, I'd step aside as the hilt flies past me.
And you see as this form disintegrates, what's left is a shadow. And then the shadow stretches out across the entire room, enveloping everything in this darkness. And then it just coalesces into one concentrated form and just flies straight down Ivan's throat.
Oh,
Oh, hell on, fellas.
that's
You
not
drink
Inhales
first.
good.
And then there's the shaking and silence. The light from the torches begins to just wink out. And the entire room is pitch black.
Take a dark side doesn't help.
No.
Can I see?
No.
I will step back into the dark.
It's all dark.
I cast daylight.
More dark.
Yeah.
The dark.
Well, I'm
Yeah, the
stepping
daylight
away from
takes
them.
effect. The whole room lights up.
And I'm on the ground. There's no more energy around me. I'm like normal.
Somebody from the chat decided to give you back a spell slot. I didn't know we could do that.
Let's fucking go.
I'm moving.
Oh, cool.
I'm moving towards
Somebody
Ivan.
by the name of Elliot.
Ah, nice. Yeah, so I cast daylight.
Yeah.
I'm moving towards Ivan.
Towards Elliot. We're coming, Elliot.
Towards Ivan.
Can I see now?
Yeah, well, you cast daylight.
Yeah.
So, we're
Yeah, I rush forward.
Me?
I'll kneel down next to him.
Wait, where am I?
you're on the ground.
You're-
Oh, I'm on the
You're
ground.
like
Having been attacked by him, I try to throw Marius out of the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gabriel's pretty strong, and you're kind of not trying to fight him anyway, so you stumble back.
I can lean down and kiss you.
I pull out another needle. Here,
Eddie.
give this to him.
I spit at you.
Oh, I'm just standing back watching. It's like, I'm upset though, but
What the fuck is happening? What are you?
Oh,
there's something else different about
I'll thumb the amulet
yeah.
and then change back to regular old Marius.
because we saw the. Did we see the
Mhm.
eyeballs in the hands and the amber eyes?
It's only one hand.
Oh, yeah, one. Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't make it any better.
There's less there.
One,
before you-
two, extra eyeballs is not good.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say.
The fucking truth!
It's hard to explain.
Then speak it, and I march into his face.
I do not flinch.
I believe I can enlighten you. You turn, and it's odd. Ivan's standing there. The sunlight spell is active. Ivan's shadow waves at you. Ivan does not. You hear the voice. It sounds like it comes from Ivan's shadow.
Then speak it.
So Ivan's laying on the ground, and the shadow
He's
is
kind
up.
of kneeling,
He's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
kneeling
Peter
and,
Pan.
and waving and Peter
Yeah.
Panning us.
Yes. Ask simple questions. I'll answer them.
What is your name?
I'll move around
I
Gabriel and towards
I-
Ivan again.
don't. I don't let him move.
I push your hand off and I go
Then I
towards Ivan.
grab you. I attempt to grapple check you. I don't trust anybody right
uncanny
now.
dodge right out of that shit and move over to Ivan. I am
Fair enough, I cast
wily.
hold person on you.
Oh my god. You are so determined.
Disintegrating.
Yeah. I think you betrayed me.
No.
Ivan's fine.
Ivan's fine.
Uh-huh, because that means anything at this moment.
So the voice.
Uh-huh. What is your name?
But Joe's still like, what the hell is going on?
And I just reach out. What is going on? No one will speak to me and tell me what is happening.
He's talking right now. You gonna let me check on him or not?
No.
Oh,
You
that's
can
right.
call me the Shadow if you like, or a Shadow, but my name is Exifender. I am a copy, a clone, a rebellious servant of the Laughing God.
I let go of the hold person.
We share a similar oath, Gabriel, though for different reasons.
I'm checking on Ivan.
Cold, pale,
Dead.
no pulse.
hmm I don't inform them of that bit.
He's fine. He's sleeping.
I have granted Ivan power to destroy Strahd. It's a deal he made. I gave him all of the knowledge he would need before he made that deal.
And what did you do to Marius?
Nothing I didn't ask for.
I didn't do any of that to him. These were gifts he took from his tomb. He has quite a bit of power.
You say you're a replica or a piece of Use the Laughing God?
Yes. In essence, a simulacrum. A clone.
What proof do you have that you are not still under his sway?
None. But I was made to, and choose to, always tell the truth. Ask me anything.
What will happen to Ivan?
What will happen, I don't know. I can tell you what could happen.
Yes.
The shadow dances around and stands near your shadow. You see the shadow put its hand on your shadow's shoulder, and you feel the hand touch yours. Okay? Shake it off, and he moves away. Ivan will be instrumental in the death of Strahd. And then, if he does not find a way to eschew the power I have given him, it may consume him.
As they're speaking, I'm going to walk over to the alchemy bench, grab some powerful, smelling salts, and take them over to Ivan.
Now, you're conscious, but the second they hit, you're up. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit up.
I help him up.
I'm gonna, as I'm standing up, I'm just gonna feel my chest, just confirming that everything that I felt earlier is still the same. No pulse, nothing. So
No
I'm
pulse.
just
You have no heartbeat.
I'm not bringing any of that up. I'm just.
Everything is in black and white for you. Now, if you focus your eyesight, the light is hard to do this in, but if you focus your eyesight on Gabriel, eventually the color will kind of bleed in. And you'll be able to see him in
Okay,
color.
cool. But it's plain black and white. Okay, and the light's makes it look weirder, like if you're staring into the sun, kind of blinding kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know this might feel like an affront to you, Gabriel. Use your power. Search him. Search me.
I'm assuming I'll find the same thing I found with Strahd.
No. Strahd is lying. Strahd has an artifact, one that hides his aura. I don't lie. I won't hide anything from you.
I'm sticking close to Marius. At this point, it's kind of like the Legis now. So I'm sticking close to him.
I walk over and grab the sword.
Sunblade?
Yep.
Ivan doesn't cast a typical shadow anymore, does he?
Mm-mm. It's moving.
Yeah, his shadow is Exothanter.
Yeah,
It's moving of its own free will.
it's actually kind of handy. Sneaky.
What say you, Bedrunk?
I wander over to Ivan.
This is
And
a kid's nature.
I look up to him. And I reach out my hands to touch him. Kind of gently. Just to kind of inspect. He feels cold to me, right?
Mhm.
And I don't feel much in the way of presence of life, and I kind of sigh, and I look up, and I just ask him, "Lad, what have you done?"
What I needed to.
I don't know if you understand what you've done.
Like I mentioned before, there was one goal. Whatever needed to get done to get that done.
It's going to consume your life.
As long as it means my sister's okay. My life's been gone for years now.
There were.
My soul's been cut up and shattered in more ways than I can imagine. It's about time my body caught up to it.
For what it's worth, I hope he lives.
I don't under.
I'm gonna gently, like, pat his shoulder.
And I don't shrug away. I look at him and go, I wish we would have had more time together. With your young age, you've been through so much. But the one thing that you haven't learned yet, because you're young, is a soul is resilient. And it can be repaired. And I don't know if that's an option anymore. And I am truly sorry for that. We will kill Strahd. That's what we're all setting out to do now. But you forget that your sister needs you after it's done.
She'll live in a world that is free of Strahd's evils. It's true, I may not be there. But if it means that what I did now guarantees her a better chance of that paradise, I'd do it again. It's too late for my mom. I've been told by both him and that guy.
And you didn't even need them to tell you that. We knew that. But I just hope that we can salvage something.
He's ready.
When it's done. And you, I have no words for you.
Do
You know what you're getting into. But why
do.
drag the boy?
As they're talking, I'm just glaring at Gabe.
Boy wanted a weapon to avenge his family.
There's so many weapons out there. There's weapons out there that we don't even know about. There's weapons that I have at my disposal that you don't know about yet.
Pedro, the Gulthias tree.
Yes.
The power that came from that, you sensed that. It was wrong, it was evil.
Yes, it is. It was. That's why we destroyed it.
It was my power that created the Gulthias tree.
And that's why I have such issue with
That tree.
everything going on here.
That tree spawned
It spawns Strahd.
Strahd. My
I know.
power spawned him. I can reverse it. Shadow dances around. For a second, it appears as if it's standing fully in the room, not against a surface of some sort, and then it flits back to a surface. I gave him all the information he needed. You may have been able to defeat him without my power. Now your victory is almost certain. With that blade, my power.
I'm gonna stare at my shadow while he's.
If you created Strahd, why didn't you stop him before all of this instead of using the lad as a vehicle?
I was trapped.
Let me assume that this one freed you? Sort of?
He gave me some room to walk in. There's a reason Strahd won't come in here. And it's me. I may be the only thing he fears. Except for his brother's blade. Gabriel,
and
I
the
know
light.
you don't like this. It is not quite a deal with the devil, but I understand your reticence. But
Know this, that it seems that the people I thought I could trust have broken it.
would you have rather Ivan asked you for permission?
No, I'd rather he didn't do any of this. But I can't stop it now.
What's done is
I
done.
can't stop the creature that you've become.
Gabriel, I don't know why you take this so personally. I've done nothing to harm you. All I've ever done is to help our
All
home.
you do is test my oath every time.
What oath is that, Gabriel?
The oath he swore to me,
What about the oath you swore to the laughing god?
that I would kill him.
Yes,
Yes,
no matter what it took, live on your words.
yes.
The shadow points at Ivan. This is what it takes.
There's other ways.
But you didn't say you'll find a way. You said, no matter what it takes.
And I am still bound by my first oath. An oath does not break another.
Correct?
I knew what I said when I said it. I knew what I would be bound by.
Is it your oath that powers you, Gabriel? The magic that courses through your veins, is it from your oath and your zeal?
Yes.
And yet you associate with Marius, and now me, and your power has not fled you. Perhaps whatever divine being is gifting you, your blessings, understands this may be necessary.
I do not believe you. You may not be able to lie, but just like a man of crooked teeth, you can toy, play, confuse, change your words. I do not trust you.
You speak of Caithlin.
Yes.
Interesting. So, you've met another simulacrum of the Laughing God.
Yes.
That one is dangerous.
I know.
What did he take from you?
My name.
And yet, we can call you Gabriel. What did he take from you? There. Shadow points to a globe in the corner. Go look at your family.
I turn and walk out.
The shadow follows you easily along the walls everywhere you go. Doesn't say anything until you stop, and then just says, "That wall shows the future. You would not have liked what you'd seen.
It would have been the second time, and I assume I wouldn't have liked it any more than the first.
Your family name ends if you do not stop carefully. We can stop it. I make no deals. I ask you not to consort with dark dealings with evil creatures. Only that you commit to the oath you made.
I wish not to speak to you of this anymore.
As you wish. And Shadow immediately leaves.
I continue walking. And I get on my horse, and I ride away.
Where?
To a grave.
Okay.
Ivan. Well done. I promise you will feel better when he bleeds.
Like I said before, count up. And I'm gonna like turn towards Bedro because I know he's not here right now. I'm gonna turn towards him and just kind of give him like that, like, you know how you and your dad or your parent have like a really tough conversation. At the end of it, you don't know what else to say besides just like,
The
I heard you. You're like,
The light, awkward
Yeah,
shoulder
the
touch.
light-
Yeah.
it was just that, like, me just accepting. I heard everything you said, and I'm gonna turn to Marius and be like, he'll come to understand. I made this choice, and if he doesn't, as long as the job gets done, that's what I signed up for.
Good.
And I'm gonna just.
I'm usually a happy dwarf. This all saddens me.
So the shadow flits back.
You'll come around.
I just
You
you
know,
have a
turn
lot to
myself
learn
into
about your
elemental
power.
and just rage.
Let's converse for a while. You two, you're welcome to stay and listen if you like. There is no secret I will tell him that I won't also reveal to you. But he has training to do.
I think it's best I do this alone.
Of course.
So, do I recognize the name Exothanther at all or anything like that from religion?
Yeah. So let you through the Gulthias tree in Barovia. It's not the original.
No. There's others. There's been others. No.
Each realm has a Gulthias tree. And the original Gulthias tree was grown in Delivria. It was grown by a being known as Vecna.
Substrate all that thing down.
Gentlemen, give me some time to get adjusted to this new reality of mine, and I'll find you when I'm ready. Please.
I'll walk out.
Ivan, in your new condition, you have to remember to eat and drink. It won't come natural to you anymore. You have to sustain yourself. I know your heart's not beating anymore.
So you're not going to drink.
I will.
This is a tough one, lad. I feel so bad for you. And I don't know what to say. Go train. Maybe we can salvage something out of this. I don't know.
I don't say anything, I just kind of absorb it.
Walk into a side room and spend the next few hours listening to Exopanther and having him walk you through some paces. Two of you are left in the study.
I actually do grab the tea before I leave.
It's important.
I
I pour you some tea.
I actually take some from him, and then I start perusing the books, see if there's anything interesting to look at, to read.
Every one of these books has some sort of arcane subject matter. But what's really interesting is when you go look at the inventory for the chemistry set. He's getting dwarf sized.
Cinder trying to sit up straight.
Since he's perusing books, I will reach into my bag and hand him Grimnir's grimoire.
Ah.
Neat.
Yeah, wizard's spellbook.
Yeah.
It is locked.
Yeah.
And there may be some interesting stuff in there for you, but ultimately it is a wizard's spellbook.
Yeah. And then I'll inspect the alchemy table.
The thing that stands out to you is that each and every one of the leaves and natural ingredients properly labeled, and there's an entire shelf of Delivrian herbs.
Wow. So look at that.
A little piece of home.
Favorite.
This creature's been around forever.
The storm has stopped. You got most of a night's sleep. The sun is just starting to rise. You have a tattered shirt. You ride north along the road. After about 2.5 hours, you pass by Argynvostel, which means your destination is just up the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the monoliths. You stop, smell. A pile of teeth in the center of the monoliths.
Do you go to where the damn werewolves are?
Nope.
Or wait, Argynvost. Oh, that's where the well where the frickin' knights are.
Yeah.
Or, right? Or the
Oh,
souls.
it's
The well is in
He
Barovia.
passed Argynvost, which is the castle that we...
You went to the monoliths where
The monoliths, where
the
the
ones that depict Caethlin.
okay, then.
The Crooked Man.
Oh, okay. I hadn't
Crooked
been there. Yeah, my character hasn't been there. Okay.
You're standing there in the clearing.
I call upon you.
You smell like my brother.
That confirms part of my question.
The leaves start to coalesce, and this being walks out of them as if it was a portal of some sort. He looks like you'd seen him before, but he's wearing a long coat, like a pea coat almost. He's got a hat, like a gentleman's hat on top of his head. He walks with a cane. The colors are green and white. He sees you. He stops. He takes a bow.
I bow back. Anything but
Quite
respect.
polite.
I try.
How can I serve you, oh, humbly?
Is it true?
Many things are true. And for everything that is true, something is false.
Are you a simulacrum?
Try the word again.
Simulacrum.
Simulacrum. Are you a simulacrum?
I was, once upon a time. I've changed.
You've evolved past it, presumably.
Yes, I've grown. My creator sought to just create copies of himself, but different copies. Things that they sort of embody different parts of him, I suppose. The part that he needed that was most useful at the time. Before you ask more questions,
correct.
Gabriel, we play games here. I am the embodiment of my creator's fun and mischief.
Sounds about right.
Don't rob me of that honor. Twirls the cane, throws it up in the air, goes up about 30 feet, and then just stops. Stops its feet on the ground. What did you need?
My friends asked for power and have gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
They have sought outside sources for their fear of Strahd. At this point, I'm getting choked up. I feel fear that we will not win. Still.
Oh, Gabriel. You can't win. It's a game. You're not the game master.
Can you give me power to be the one? A game master.
I can't give you that kind of power. I'd have to. Beings of my ilk would have to give you what they have. I'd have to sacrifice myself to do that. It's the only way we can give someone power is by killing ourselves.
That actually makes it better.
What's troubling you, Gabriel?
You said you could help me beat him.
Taking your name and take your pain.
You'll give me the strength to beat him.
I think you already have the strength, but I could focus it. The cane falls.
I reach
from
out
the
my
skylight
hand,
behind him.
shaking. Then do it. Take my pain.
What do you get in return? What do I get in return?
You said you wanted my pain, and you would help me beat him. What do you want? What is the price?
What could I take from you that you hold so dear? It has to have weight. It has to have power, Gabriel. How long did you toil to become a knight? A few years?
Yes.
Take your knighthood, I suppose. You know what? I know what I want.
What?
I will take your pain away from you. I will grant you power. But in return, you have to do one simple thing. You just have to repeat a phrase after me.
I need more. You said you'd help. You have to give me more than just that power. You have to give me something else.
What?
Damn it, this changes the game a little bit. Help me fight him.
Strahd,
Let's fight him.
I could do that.
He is the true enemy.
Yes.
I wasn't sure who he was at first. Not the true monster that he supposedly is.
What do you mean?
What I saw shocked me to my core and showed me.
What
Showed
did
me
you
my fear.
see, Gabriel?
Death. I saw death.
Okay. Then not only do I grant you power, but I help you. In your time of need, I will send 2 of my knights. A knight of the summer and a knight of the winter court. They will defend you with their lives and follow your orders.
No. Please, you must be the one to fight.
I could. I could allow that, yes. Gentlemen, supposed to get his hands dirty, though. He looks at his hands, they're literally covered in filth.
But a true gentleman does defend those who need to be defended.
I'm not a true gentleman, just pretend. All right, I take the pain, I give you power, and I help in the fight against Strahd. I help you defeat him. Does that sound reasonable? Play with the words if you need to. I take your pain away. I grant you power. And in your confrontation with Strahd, I help you defeat him. Personally.
I stand up straighter. All the hesitation gone. Well, I tried. No.
What?
Truthfully, I was trying to play a game with you.
What are you talking about?
I wanted my name back.
Oh, you can have your name.
And give it to me back.
That's part of the deal, sure.
And no. Truthfully, I was hoping to lull you into a sense of security.
Oh, he starts pacing. I don't like these kinds of games, Gabriel. I thought I could trust you.
You played them first.
What does that mean? That's what I do. I play games.
And I played one back.
But I don't. You got nothing. You got nothing from this game.
Then why are you pacing?
I don't like being toyed with, Gabriel.
But you toyed with me first. You took my name without telling me the rules of this game.
You still don't know the rules.
No, but I'm trying. I'm catching up. It seems everyone around me, I can't quite trust them. Which is fine. I'm learning.
Are you trying to trust them at their word, or are you trusting their actions?
That's the part I'm learning.
Things, Gabriel. Think. You're giving up an opportunity here.
I am.
You don't even know what I wanted from you in return.
It's fine.
Then I keep your name.
I was hoping to lull you in a sense of security so I could trick you into fighting the Laughing God, your creator.
Oh, I see.
I assume you'd be too scared.
Not scared. He's my creator, my master. I'm guessing my brother told you that.
These are all truths.
He speaks truth.
Can he tell a lie?
I wish he could. But I am not compelled as such. I can lie to you. I can be honest.
I don't know why, but why do I trust you more than your brother?
I don't know. He's not a schemer. He's a resistor, a rebel. He was the side of our father that didn't want to destroy the universe. Is he good? No. Is he evil? It's subjective.
What do you want?
I want to play the game, Gabriel.
More than that. Your creator.
He's abandoned me. I had a purpose. I planted the seeds in each realm. I am the gardener. Did you know there is a tree in Grimguard?
The obvious statement is there's quite many trees.
You are fun, but very frustrating, Gabriel.
That's part of my
A
charm.
Gulthias tree. Its stench is on you now.
Can I roll a history check to see if I can remember a tree?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want, because I'm imagining it's not going to look like the Guthalis tree.
Gulthias.
I said it right the first time.
GOL.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if anything sparks memory with that other tree at all. Oh, I have a D4. That can matter. 14.
2 trees come to mind. One, directly in the center of all 3 cathedrals, each cathedral facing the tree. The tree has grown massively large, 150 feet, redwood style, just huge. Its roots have never caused any problem with the pavement, with the cobblestone. Roots are deep. And many a ritual are done at the base of this tree. But another tree, you remember before you left, you actually remember a town crier giving out the news of the day. One of the stories was that the king's prize apple tree had fallen sick. The food it dropped was blighted. And the king was asking for anyone with a green thumb to come and help. But it's just an apple tree. You'd seen the king's orchard. It's prized because of its position. It's no larger or smaller than any of the other trees.
Yes, I know. I think I know the tree you speak. Did you plant it? How long ago?
Oh, let me ask you a question in return. How old is your son?
I don't remember.
I'm sad to hear that.
It is the price I pay.
A while ago. Right around the time the mists closed in.
Interesting. Well then.
I want to keep playing this game. You were trying to trick me into something. Why don't we just deal? Why don't we play a game of chance?
What is the game of chance?
Do you have cards, dice, anything? Obviously, I wouldn't suggest my own. They source it.
Yes. I do own a deck of playing cards.
Then we play a game. That's simple. Your friends. Your companions. You have 3 of them. We draw 3 cards each. Add them together. Whosoever is lower wins.
Lower. Why?
Because I said so. Because your friends are lower than you, Gabriel. They're weak. They make Stupid choices.
It only got better because the second you said it, I just saw the finger go, but you.
What? They don't have the willpower you have.
I remember there's one friend that hasn't sold his soul yet.
Give it time.
We'll get you there.
I disagree.
But Drunk has pretty good constitution about it.
While I rode, thankfully I had hours to think. I don't think their willpower is weaker than mine. I actually think it might be stronger. Well, I don't agree with it. They did make choices. Hard ones in the moment. Marius sold himself to save his home, presumably. Even if I don't agree with it.
Never been dishonest.
Hey, you know
get
what? I'm
this.
giving you props. While he may irk me so, I do respect his tenacity to be truthful in his defense of Grimguard. Ivan has devotion and cause enough that he is willingly giving his life and soul up to kill Strahd. That is,
You're the coward? Because you won't.
you might be just right. Maybe my oath is too binding for me, but I will follow it through.
Which oath?
Both. I will follow both of them. Until my last breath, and, knowing my luck, the breath after.
But what if I were to give you back your name for a simple trade?
Continue.
I give you your name, you release one oath. A simple, you know, there is nothing you can do to defeat the laughing god. He is the one that will bring ruin to the multiverse. He is the one that will destroy everything, consume it all. You saw it happen.
This is true.
Can't be defeated. Your oath was childish, meaningless. It serves no purpose other than for you to continue to inflate your ego and walk yourself down a damned path. Release the oath and release your name back to you. And you still get to kill Strahd.
I just have to release my oath.
You have to renounce the oath. Step away from it entirely.
So many things in my brain right now.
One of us.
One of us.
Tick tock, Gabriel.
That helmet I
Strahd will eventually
forged for
see
you
us
won't
here.
fucking
and
work
want to
anymore.
I just have to give one of
and be
renounce
named
one of my oaths.
Oathbreaker.
No, a specific one. You renounce your oath to defeat the laughing god. You renounce any claim whatsoever to combat him. I'm asking you to be an ally or a servant. You'll be like everyone else, going about life, doing what they can to make the world a better place, not knowing that the entire planet is careening into his mouth.
Very descriptive. I cannot. Made that
Yes, you
oath.
can, Gabriel. You can give up your oath. You are a stupid little boy. Listen. I have your name, yet we call you Gabriel. Delmont. Sir Gabriel Delmont. Squire Gabriel Delmont. Shithead Gabriel Delmont. It doesn't matter. Then what did I actually take? I took your lineage. How do I make sure your name never goes anywhere? Your son is bound to me. Your oaths are more important than your own flesh. Your boy is mine for the taking whenever I want. And you're choosing to keep your oath. Just say, I renounce my oath against the laughing god. Say it. Say it. He steps real close to you, about 1.5 feet, 2 feet away. You can smell his breath. Smells like peppermint and candy, and his teeth are curved inward.
So gross.
Stab him.
I'm gonna be dead honest. Been in my mind twice. Like, I want to hit this man with a sunblade so fucking bad.
Reaffirm your oath. He's part of the laughing god. Stab him.
Why would you ever listen to this?
Because I thought of it first, and I'm agreeing with this statement.
Look at the level he's sunk to. We're agreeing with
Yeah, he steps in.
I got a question. Did you use that?
Nope.
You did.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
used it
damn
on-
it! I was
used
like, yo,
it
can I
on
borrow
Exit
that?
Factor.
Yeah, you gave it to Exit Fountain.
Yeah, he did.
Don't-
Son of a
Why you
bitch.
got a 34?
Which means I gave it
on
to
his
myself.
check?
Don't fight an archfey without us.
He would have failed
But
without
also stab him.
No, I don't know if he would have failed, but he could have.
It's possible.
Yeah, he could have failed.
Because theoretically, I just have to, depending how it interacted, I have to roll higher than the spell.
So he taps his cane
What extra
on his
planar
boot.
being are you going to sell yourself just for?
Tap, 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 tap.
None.
Come
Do you
on.
know what the Archfey do to the children
Nature
that they
God.
have traded?
Ric
They have
Flair.
taken? Do you know what happens
Woo!
to
Nature boy.
How is an oath more important than your own young, supple boy?
I hate that word.
God, this man is playing it fucking anger button real well.
It's like perverted.
I was saying, I was like, ooh.
Well, he's a fae. That's kind of
Gross.
weird.
Gabriel, this is it. You're reaching a crossroads, a nexus of events that I will not be able to reverse.
I do not renounce my oath. At this point, tears are falling, legitimately.
He starts laughing. He starts dancing in a little circle, twirling his cane. Oh, there's a reason they call him the laughing god. Oh, all right, Gabriel. I think our conversation is over. He looks down at the pile of teeth. What will your son add? He turns and starts walking away. Singing some. What's this one's name again? Kaeth Flynn.
Kaeth Flynn.
Singing some sort of Sylvan tune.
Did he tell me his name earlier?
Did he say his name is Kaeth Flynn?
Yeah, because he told me his name is Caitlin.
No, you've read it.
Interesting.
What?
I remember reading a story once that names hold power.
They do. They do, Gabriel. Delamont.
I will remember yours, Caitlin. And I'll find the real one eventually. No. I imagine every version of the Laughing God, all you pieces. I imagine there's a real name in there somewhere, one that holds dominion, power.
Just one name for all of us. One name for every one of us. But hey, he turns and looks at you, starts to fade away, and he goes, "We are just reflections in a mirror." And he vanishes.
Could have been part of the cool kids.
No. No.
Hell yeah.
I sold my soul already. Alright? I sold it to holiness, okay? Shit. Though this is the most tempted I've ever been. I will say that now.
He's going to lead you down the path of righteousness. I'm going to lead you down the path of rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Connor, if I do doom you to something. Morning Lord, the Mother, any god that hears me. If so, please offer him protection. Something, anything, please. I won't grovel, I won't beg, because this is my own fault in more ways than one. But I must stay to my oaths.
Boy.
I must stay. I begin walking away knowing what's nearby.
I just hope you're hearing Marius's voice telling you another child on your hands. Just another one. You're
That's
just
true.
building a little pile of tiny corpses.
It's true.
God damn.
I go to Alexander's grave.
Okay.
I hop on the horse and continue riding.
Yeah. Back towards the temple. It's not far from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do that. I'm heading back. I'll stop by the grave and walk over to it. I'll kneel, pull out my sword, and press it into the dirt, and kind of touch the pommel end to the other pommel, and kind of just tap it. And I was told that spirits can't leave this place. So I ask one thing of these spirits. Of a friend, possibly. Alexander Steelman. I find myself tested in more ways than one, but my frustrations and anger at my friends must let go. They have made choices and they must stick with them, and they're doing it for what they appear is to be good. And I must trust them with those decisions, because they must make them themselves. I have made a foolish decision myself, and I want to know if my master can help me one last time. I don't know if you can. Offer my son protection if you can. Please. And I rest my head against my own sword.
Sit in silence for minutes, nothing.
And I stand and pull my sword out, sheath it. And then I will do so myself. I will find what I need somewhere. And I will go apologize to my friends, I suppose. They have made choices about as difficult as mine. Thank you for all you've taught me. And I begin heading to my horse. Hop on and ride back.
So, Marius, you drink your tea.
Mm-hmm. He's
After
been gone for a long many hours.
about 5-6 hours,
Mhm.
Gabriel finally cautiously walks into the temple. Ivan's nowhere in sight, just the two of them.
There's another pot of tea over the fire.
Where's Ivan?
Learning.
He's training with Exothanter. Did you do anything rash?
Nothing that got me in trouble.
All right.
No, but I'll tell you what I did.
Well,
I went and spoke with another simulacrum. I know where another one was. So I went and played a game.
I hope you didn't lose.
Thankfully, I didn't play it long enough to play. We only just looked at our cards. And I pissed him off twice. I think he enjoys it.
That tracks.
Okay.
Marius,
Mm-hmm.
what did you do? What did you give up?
Nothing that wasn't lost already.
That's not what I asked. What did you give up?
Surely my soul is damned. Something somewhere will have it, tear it to pieces when I die. But I'll make sure I die. My death will be hard. For whoever earns it, or whatever earns it.
I don't doubt most of our deaths will be hard.
Certainly aren't going to be falling asleep, an old man.
Can you do me a favor? Can you drop this disguise and look me in the eyes? I want to ask you a question. Please.
Why not?
I stand back and watch too.
I stand up and I don't get uncomfortable close. I just make sure I can see him. Did you really do this for Grimguard?
Why else would I?
That's why I'm asking, because I don't know. I haven't tried to learn enough about you, because I've been too worried about that I might have to do something against you. Truthfully.
Every day of my life since the day I was born to this moment right now has been in service to Grimguard. Regardless of how you feel about the things that I do, that has always been true. I am a monster to most. A murderer, a destroyer, selfish, destructive, but never once have I done harm to my home. The people I slaughtered, murderers, rapists, the evilest of evil men. They got everything they deserved from the victims telling me to do it. In this place, I've sacrificed a few lives to get us further, to help you, to help us. We're going to get home, and we're going to rescue it. My soul be damned.
And if in order to rescue Grimguard we have to take care of the Laughing God, will you go all the way?
I'm not his servant.
No, we're about to theoretically fight something that attained godhood. Eventually, if we live long enough.
Everything dies.
Then I name you Marius the Unyielding. For you have taken an oath as much as I have, and it has only taken me so long to see it. Your oath is just a different one. And I'm sorry about all the heavy judgment without concrete proof. It was my doubt that lingered against you.
Yes, that's true.
It mainly stemmed from you coming in here in chains, I'll be honest.
Yes.
You know, it's funny. I am a murderer. I've done quite a bit of terrible things. I didn't lie to you. I didn't do the murder they actually arrested me for.
Who did that?
Fuck if I know.
Door opens nearby. Ivan can walk out.
What's up, beach?
Shadow floats in.
Just some shooting fires out of my hands. Like, what's up, motherfucker?
Ivan, Exithanter. Ivan, you've chosen to do a very hard thing and to sacrifice so much. I hope this is the path that you desire and it's everything that you want, and I hope you achieve it all. I do. And I hope that for some reason we can save your soul at the end of it.
I'm gonna turn to them. Did I miss something?
I suppose he had some revelation out in the woods.
It's his way of apologizing.
That too. I spent some time talking to Exithanter's brother.
I'm gonna walk right up to Gabriel and just extend my arm.
I stab you in the heart. No, I'm kidding. Just sunlight. Yeah! No.
Took the bait.
No, I reach out and I grasp your arm.
Kill you all.
What do you do if you live? Do you have plans to live after, if you survive?
I do.
Good.
I'm
That
glad.
means your will to live will continue.
I'm
For I
glad
want
to
your
hear
soul
that.
to remain. You'll need to fight for it.
That's why I have friends.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, lad.
Good.
Marius, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I'm looking at you with empty eye sockets.
Yeah,
right now.
he's completely fine.
And
right now.
I'm staring right back, and
Yeah.
I've made the adjustment.
You're fucking creepy. Oh
He-
my god, hold
You
up,
know,
sorry.
without the disguise, he's just looking pretty skeletal.
Distal's
Yeah.
place, thank you so much for the raid. Sorry, we were in a pretty
Raid
hectic
party.
roleplay moment with all of us. So we got distracted. Sorry. When we get into roleplay, we try to be as cool in roleplay as we can. We are slightly
We're fucking nerds, all right?
alright, you don't have to just say it like that. Jesus.
When we're doing this crap, I don't even realize the cameras are here or the
No,
microphones.
I was in that motherfucker. I was like, oh,
Dude.
sell your soul. Sell it. Sell it.
Dude, I want to. Okay, I'm just curious about you. What if I made an attack?
Then you would have fought an archfey.
You would have
would've
died
probably-
horribly.
You would have died with no armor on.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
I forgot. Yeah, he had no armor on.
Hey, thanks for the raid.
Sorry,
We're
guys.
legendary
Thank you.
action where we play Dungeons and Dragons and think about death and get sad and stuff.
Like a bunch of badasses.
What were you saying?
Anyway, Marius, did you have family in Grimguard?
None still living.
But you did before.
When I was a boy,
Were
I
they
inherited my my father's lordship young. They died of the plague, all of them.
I'm sorry to hear that. And it helps me understand your convictions.
Thank you. I told this to Gabriel when we first got here, that death hangs around me like a shadow.
I've seen that. And now we've got another shadow to contend with, too.
That everyone around me dies violently or arbitrarily. Seems to be holding up.
Well, hopefully that doesn't spread to my direction.
Well, we'll see. Gabriel's lasted longer than anybody I've ever really spent time around.
That's my curse, I believe.
I believe you're correct. Actually, I do think there's more to it than you might expect, joke or not.
Don't know, but
But something is punishing you to not be dead already.
Yeah, just
So, what I'm saying is,
slightly morbid.
let's get this done quickly.
I do have 5 days.
Yeah, well, the feast is in 4.
when we go to that genie,
Perfect timing.
the shopping genie, that's what I'll call it.
The shadow twitches a little bit, moves
Exit-
right over next to your shadow.
Yes, exit hunter. Sorry, I was rude earlier. I'm completely content speaking with you again.
I don't care about your manners.
Beautiful. I do apologize regardless. Spending time talking to your brother is very taxing compared to talking to you.
He's not my brother. He's a clone, a copy.
Yes. Well, talking to the different version.
You can
the,
call him my brother if you'd like.
the copy. Oh,
Again, I speak in accuracies and truths.
he plays games. I tried to trick him and I failed.
Tedious. Is
I was
what it
hoping to
is.
get my name back. Well, to protect my son.
Just kill him. It's a being of flesh. It can be destroyed.
It's on the list. But that comes later.
How many oaths can you make?
I don't know if the kill list is
But
an
no,
oath or
I'm
not.
not making an oath to kill him.
Is to me.
While I agree the oath to kill the Laughing God was a bit over the top and probably a bad decision, I'm still sticking to it because I made it. But no, generally, to my understanding, as long as my oaths don't contradict or clash, I can keep making them. Why?
He's joking.
Well, sorry.
Oh,
Wait, do you know about this shopping genie?
Never heard it referred to as such, but I can tell you that whatever you want, it's going to exact a pretty high price. But I might have a solution.
Well, you're already a part of this party. What's your solution?
On that note, it should be noted for all of you that I am and will remain a complete servant of Ivan. I might have opinions, but I have zero power that he does not give me. I cannot affect the world unless he deems it so. I cannot act against him. I cannot take his power from him. The lending of my power was absolute.
you said you speak honestly.
Yes,
I didn't ask because I just assumed it was you, but who sees through this eye?
my creator.
Fantastic.
I pull out a dagger. Can you remove it?
Don't
I don't think that would
do
actually...
that.
This eye doesn't see or feel or do. I think it just is there to be strange.
No, you can't feel it. You just poked Vecna's eye.
Oh, good.
Why Should I?
Again.
You rub that hair. I feel bad for the eye.
I've learned that I can lie temporarily if it's a joke. Ivan taught me.
Stop teaching that. It's dangerous.
I
More
learned
hilarious.
some things in that.
If Ivan asks me to stop joking, I will.
Don't ask him to stop joking with entertainment, especially at Marius's expense.
Let's take this away from the game for a second. If I have the Eye of Vecna in my hand and I have no eye in my socket anymore, I kind of just put that there. Do I get a super powerful artifact on?
It's an interesting thought.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing there. Took me a second.
Sorry, I derailed you. Get back to it.
My suggestion. I look among you and I understand the bones of St. Andrew more than any of you could. They're a trick. Cursed item. Those wielding it, harmed by their own regrets. Why would a saint do something like that? Now imagine if Strahd wanted to give an item to a people to make them think that they had hope, when they didn't. The bones of St. Andrew keep Strahd from the city, yet he raided it. It's a curse, but a powerful one. And yes, it is perverted. It was originally a holy item. But your Jinn, he could make use of it. And the people of Velaki, they don't care anymore. What's left of them is broken and weak, even weaker than the Barones.
Watch it.
That's what you command me to.
Now this might be interesting.
We have Grimnir's Grimoire.
Also true.
Yeah.
Strahd's journal has done its work for us.
If
It's a bit specific, but maybe a genie will find something useful for it.
with
Possibly.
The journal, the knowledge inside is powerful. But the journal itself is a prized possession of Strahd's. He may not think clearly when it's presented to him.
could we get the genie to sell it back to Strahd?
No.
Damn, we tried. If he wants it, well, no. Well,
Strahd would kill the genie.
That's interesting.
Well, I, for one, learned a lot of things. I'm gonna take a little nap.
it's fair.
Okay.
Learning about these new powers of mine are a little exhausting.
The question, we also have, hopefully, we reached out to talk to Serena?
Selena.
Selena. We reached out to Selena.
Help them while I nap, and I'm gonna lean against the wall.
Just like,
just let the shadow, just do the shadow thing.
She was hopefully going to retrieve the items that Soren had on him, which we could also sell.
And then we have access to the mace. Might not work as expected. According to exit
If we're going to go kill Strahd, we have every intention of doing so. It doesn't hold the same purpose it once did.
Yeah.
I could broker the deal with the genie for you.
Ooh.
I would simply need a small list of what each of you needs.
And he can get anything, correct?
For a price, it sounds
Yes.
like.
Anything from anywhere.
Yes, to my knowledge.
And does he always search for the best possible deals?
No.
Okay.
Most of the things the genie deals in are one-of-a-kind items, artifacts. Things that...
Only
Well,
one.
there is no deal. There's only one
There's
deal.
only one
Yes.
item, so they're unique and therefore valuable.
Don't remind me, I'm napping against that wall. Pull it out.
Yo, I can't fucking spell. I'm just gonna say that now.
It's all right.
Spelling is for the weak.
Look, it's Lickybutthole. That's what you're trying to spell.
Lick your butthole.
That's the section.
Yo, I didn't understand what he said. Like, he spelled words. My brain went,
You must be tired.
Wait.
You're not understanding the letters and putting them together for words. So maybe you should take a nap too, like the lad.
no. All right.
I have to be honest. What I would have used the genie for is the amulet. But it was taken from Soren. Or the
Genius.
sword. But now you have that too.
Genius. Interesting. Well, that means we can get what we need, I suppose. All right. We have our broker. We can make our list. We can get on the road, and we can make our way back to Voloki. And then from
Yeah.
there, yes.
The place with the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
What's this about wolves?
There's a. It's a image for the fight. We're basically trying to gather as many allies as possible. There is a wolf king, a lycanthrope. That,
Like the one that I fought.
yes, he's basically I don't know exactly what the relationship is, but he's slightly subservient to Strahd. But his son fully went in with Strahd. And the king doesn't like that, but Strahd has a certain power over him and his people. And we were thinking maybe we could possibly turn him. I don't know if it'd be
King of Wolves has a little cub.
exactly. And the little cub turned on the king and went to Strahd.
Is that the little cub? Is that the one that I put in its place?
What?
The werewolf that I fought when... You would definitely remember the werewolf that I fought. It was a duel and you interrupted
It was
me.
the same night that you
Oh,
saw
shit.
Book.
Dude, sorry, it's been so long.
It's a long time ago.
But I don't think it was the prince.
That was.
It was.
Did you kill him?
Good as.
Strahd
Strahd,
said- yeah, Strahd
Strahd
said-
took him away for punishment.
So he's probably dead.
You all intervened in the duel. I'm sure
Yes.
I would have finished him off.
So the question is,
If we can get the Wolf King and his people on their side.
Yeah.
It was an idea that was presented to us.
I think we have everything we need, but you know, more distractions,
Yeah,
less allies for Strahd is never a bad thing.
Yeah, we've got the Ravenhold clan. Yeah, the Ravenhold clan's on their side. They're shapeshifters. Oh no, I haven't told you guys
the
this
Were
yet.
Ravens yet myself. I don't think Marius has
No.
been just
Yeah,
That's a
gone for
first.
all
You've
of
been
that.
what?
So
We have a what?
so there's so the innkeeper is actually him and his wife and the others like him are part of a clan of shapeshifters that are fighting against Strahd.
You're native. Did you know this?
Your boy's knocked out.
He's asleep.
Oh,
Yeah, your
that's
boy's
right.
sleeping.
He's asleep.
You guys came in, he'll translate that for me later.
And then also while you were
I'm gonna like this dynamic.
while you were wandering through the dungeon too, we took on the Goliath
Golthias?
Goliath
Go
tree.
thighs.
Remember it?
I had the conversation. So anyway, big tree, cursed, affront to nature, destroyed it.
Well done.
Circle of druids came out. See the staff? Put that on the ground. The cloak. Gifts from them.
Very nice.
Other gift. Gabriel You didn't hear this either. I figure I might as well tell you guys too. That circle, I can summon them to fight with us.
So we theoretically now have the crow people. It's
Yep.
rude, but I don't know what else to call them.
Ravenhold.
Raven group. Druids.
Yes. And then
Maybe we can... And
Where-
the spirits.
and the spirits, if we can find a way
Where's
to...
Von Richten in all this?
Von Richten. Because we have to go tell him.
We have to
Oh.
visit his tower.
Wait, didn't... Hang on, side note here. Out of character. Did she escape at you, or is she stay in her cell?
Oh, I sent her back.
Yeah,
But she stayed underneath. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I couldn't remember.
One of an elf butler from the Castle Ravenloft was at the Amber Temple and convinced me that it'd be best to not rile. It'd be best not to rile up Strahd and get him here personally.
And we didn't see that.
So
That's okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't
So
fucking
that's it,
remember.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that whole interaction was gone.
yeah, I
from
didn't
my
tell
mind.
you guys that, so you don't remember anyway. So
That works out
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's fine, but
Cool.
okay.
So our list of allies has been growing.
It has been.
Von Richten, I can convince him to come with us. I can take him straight to Esmeralda. I saw her in the dungeons.
You three can go underneath because you're assumed dead anyway.
It's less clear now. if
While
I
they're
am.
talking strategy, just not have you, the shadow guy, wake me up.
Mhm.
I'll just have him kick me.
When things are important, let me
You
know.
can't have him do that. You're asleep.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna see what happens.
I will fill the lad in when he wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you should begin your travels to Valaki, though. There is a lot to do.
I'm going to put Ivan in the back of the wagon so he can sleep. And I walk over and
No, we're not. Wake up, boy.
I don't. I just pick him up, put him on shoulder.
Well, I mean, that's gonna wake him.
If he wakes up, I'm gonna go. I'm putting you in
He's
a cart.
also very heavy, very large.
That's right. 240 pounds of pure muscle, baby.
He's a
I
big.
struggle, but we move on.
He wakes up
I
as
can,
you
I can
struggle.
pick him up.
As I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm putting you on my shoulder to put you in a cart so you continue sleeping.
His flesh is cold.
Thank you.
I can pick him up.
I'm just not asking questions, and I throw him on my shoulder.
There. See, we did an athletics check. I rolled 24. I can fucking pick him up.
Sick.
You're like, get off me.
Yeah. So yeah, we put him in the back of the wagon. him comfortable.
Dad.
Taking a nap. God.
Oh, here, and I hand out a piece of paper. We're all gonna write down the list of shit we wanted,
Perfect.
and we'll move on.
All right.
Well, let's begin heading back then. We're heading back to Valaki.
Yeah, so you
All right.
get in the carriage, you leave the temple. Exithanter says, "It's been a long time since I've left, and I don't see any reason to come back to this place. To any of you,
We gathered everything that was there, right? I even gathered some herbs actually.
yeah, basic supplies. and
Basic
stuff,
supplies and herbs from the little alchemy set. Do you think we need anything else from inside?
The other bits of power in the sarcophagi, are they gone?
yeah. They're gone.
Mm.
What you didn't take was reabsorbed by Vecna.
Fair enough.
No.
That's fine. I didn't want to go inside anyway.
I wasn't gonna take any more. I
No.
just figured maybe somebody else.
No.
Somebody needs a.
No.
Somebody needs some
He's his own personal
fancy
glitch now.
gifts.
Yeah.
I am.
Need a little bit of dark magic.
Be a little bit, just a little bit,
No,
little
right.
sprinkles, little
I'm
sprinkle.
doing okay so far. I got some new stuff too.
Yeah, you druids are
Staff
so
is nice.
obsessed with purity or
So,
whatever.
four of you
It's with nature, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
the wagon. Head down the
Whatever.
road, eventually to
I
the
eat
north.
only organic.
Okay,
Great.
Amber Eyes, your freaking hollow face.
Heading up to Valaki.
So cool.
That's it. I'm gonna call you hollow face.
The
now.
weather, fairly clear.
It's actually not a terrible nickname.
Exithanter generally ignores everything. You'll see the shadow dart around a little bit, but for the most part, unless you specifically address Exithanter or bring Exithanter into the conversation, sometimes ignores them even. But you
I don't say that. That's a bad thing.
travel north
Sure.
with some newfound power, and now have 3 days. 3 days before you're faced with Strahd. few days to amass every bit of power you can, knowing full well that even if he's calling this a feast, it's a slaughter.
For him.
Aside from a brief foray into the dungeon, the shallow dungeon of Castle Ravenloft, none of you know what to expect in that castle. At all. None of you know what to expect from Strahd. But there's a resolution in your will now, as opposed to an unease. It's an acceptance. Look, either you kill him or he kills you, but either way, it's ending. As you look around, you notice that you're being followed. About 10 ravens. Everywhere you go, everything you do on the way. Every time one of you breaks off of the road by themselves for a little bit, a couple ravens go with you. Silently watching.
While we're walking around, I nudge Marius just a little bit and I point up to him. That's the raven hold.
Mm-hmm. They watched me take a piss.
Is that what that crow laughing was?
Very funny. Very funny.
And that is where we will end tonight's episode.
Woo!
Yeah. So you're no longer a fighter.
That's right.
Yeah. He's got a whole different class now.
Magic shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
What is he, warlock
Magical
now?
defense. Magical defense.
What kind of magic? What are we talking?
We're gonna
Or is it
find
a
out when he
secret?
starts fighting. It's a secret.
a
I want it to be a
surprise?
secret. I want to guess. I want to start
Alright.
guessing when he starts slinging shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. See,
I know what he is.
more fun that way.
I'm guessing right now.
What?
Shadow sorcerer, and that
It's a cool guess.
little shadow is going to become and take a form of a dog, maybe. I don't know.
That's a cool guess.
That's a cool guess.
Dead wrong though.
Fuck!
He's a monk now.
Oh shit!
That'd be so fucking confusing. I'm like,
What?
what?
Yeah, he's like,
What,
no,
Shadow
no,
Monk?
no,
Shadows
no.
Monk?
He's that one.
That's kind of cool though.
He's that one ranger that does the shadow bits. What's that?
Gloomstalker? That's a
Gloomstalker.
good class too.
See, I love Horizon Walker more.
He can probably use the book.
It's cool, especially at later
The wizard
levels.
book.
Oh, dude,
So,
you can literally teleport as a bonus action now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, we'll find
glorious.
Pretty
All
much
right,
you can only
anyways,
use pure
yeah.
wizard.
Pure wizard.
Pretty much.
Can you like a
That's it. We got rid of the meat. So
Well, no, any wizard could use a wizard's spellbook. It's just
Okay.
like they're kind of the only class that can make that, if any.
Okay,
That's
well.
not true. Anyone that can write a spell into a scroll could probably copy spells that way. But so any
I'm
magic
just thinking whether or
caster,
not he
yeah,
can
it's
use the wizard.
vague-ish.
If he could,
Technically-
Theoretically, sorcerers and wizards should be the only ones who can.
yeah, if he could use the wizard book or not, but we'll find out depending on what he
He
can do.
can't.
No,
Next week episode.
Alright,
can't.
we can tell it.
All right.
He
Next
died.
week we're doing
My game.
Dragonlance. Yeah, Shadow of the Dragon's Queen.
He's dead now.
I'll still throw shit at you. I don't care if I'm on this side of the table.
Shadow of the Queen's lance.
I'll have you know,
Sounds
I have
like
smoke
Shadow
bombs.
Queen.
I will seek vengeance upon you.
What? What are those?
Boom!
Okay.
I have smoke bombs.
All right.
Oh.
It's late and it's daylight savings in 2 hours.
Oh hell no! I
so-
forgot about that. Yeah.
Wait,
Wait, do we tick back?
No, we go
We go
forward.
forward.
We
You
lose
lose
an
now?
hour.
I work at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Fuck all of you.
Nice,
I
good for
don't.
you. I don't work at all.
Yeah, fuck
Good for
guys.
you.
I might have seen the new Dune
Oh, do
movie,
you
though.
work tomorrow?
You haven't seen it yet?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What are you
Your-
doing?
Your boy's gonna be working at goddamn Arby's. Your boy's gonna be working for like 14, 15 hours a day for like the next
All right.
little bit.
I'm
Do what
sorry.
you gotta do, man.
I gotta do it.
All right, everybody,
gotta
we
do what
love
you gotta
you.
do.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tune in next week to watch us
Rather now than when I'm
lead
playing, so.
an entire town
I
of
can't do it right
refugees
Yeah.
away from
Hey, don't get
an
political.
army of dragons.
They have shown up. They have washed up on the shores
Yeah,
of Kaliman
Kalaman, yeah.
after
Kalaman,
the
yeah.
I'm excited
sacking of Vulgar.
I'm so bummed I missed out on this episode, man. It was
Dude, it was
was
fucking
it was
great.
the
It
one
was
not
good,
to
it was
miss.
good. I watched it.
Like, I get why you had to miss out, but it was the one
It
not
was-
to miss.
it
It
was
was a
good.
good episode.
We had a good time. It was good. Yeah. I had
All
a
right,
good time
everybody.
tonight, too, with all the story stuff.
I get what you
Later.
had to miss.
Later. Bye. See ya. Bye.
See ya.
Bye bye.